Hey, we are back with bird law and coffee. The two things that I need every Sunday afternoon, except for the bird law part. It's just this Sunday. In any case, we started playing Aviary Attorney yesterday. We thought it was going to be a little bit of a shorter game, but it ended up being, I think maybe I was just taking my time quite a bit and messing around with voices that were utterly ridiculous. They're a pretty interesting time with the voices. But let me adjust this a tiny bit. We sort of learned what the game was about. We also took a couple of options that was like, the game wants you to go this way, and I was like, I want to find out how they make you go that way. So we took the other options until they forced us to go the way they wanted us to go. And yeah. The funniest part was like where I kept trying to play blackjack instead of progressing the storyline. And then your assistant was like, hey, if let's make a bet. And if you lose the game of blackjack, then you have to do the storyline. And then he cheated, which was pretty funny. In any case, we saw this yesterday, which is why we decided that it was going to be done in more than one stream. I do think that I can do case 3 and 4 today. I don't know. Not going to make any commitments to it. See how it goes. Not sure how committed to the voices I'm going to be today either. So, because that wolf voice is definitely not good for my throat. And anyways, let's get into it. Let's see what's going on. Do I remember the July Revolution? Or are we time skipping past the revolution we heard about? Of course. How could I ever forget? Or is this looking back on it and then we're going to jump back into it? The chanting, the violence, the smell of gunpowder. The 3 glorious days. What is this? Or flashbacks? I mean, it is a revolution, so. Act 3, The Sleeping City. Can't believe he's skipping work again. I swear, if I find that moping bird brain at the La Joya. Ah, finally. Good morning, Falcon. Morning, No, wait, it's 2 in the afternoon. That means the official greeting is... Where the hell have you been, lazy bones? Fine. It's far too early for this level of roasting. Pass the Cabernet Sauvignon. No way, we've got important business to discuss, and I can't do that if you're half drunk. How about fully drunk? Mon Dieu, give me a break. I haven't had a good night's sleep since the trial. Something on your mind? Actually, yes. It was what that wolf job said, about the revolution. Pshaw, that guy was off his rocker. And besides, if we're worried about every potential French Revolution, we would never get any work done at all. Am I right? Yeah, maybe you're right. Worrying doesn't do us any good. Tell me about the important business you wanted to discuss. Oh? Oh yeah, the business. A letter. This one's from the Paris Police Department. Fancy wax seal and everything. That is indeed a fancy seal. Well, go ahead, Sparrowson. You may have the honors. Alright, Monsieur Falcon, meet me on the rooftop cafe opposite the Place de Bastille. I've skipped it. Regards, Inspector Valerti. So it's the inspector who's kind of incompetent, or maybe the whole police force was incompetent, or maybe he's corrupt. Anyways, that's it. How terse. Valerti's letter has been added to your evidence folder. A proposal from the inspector. Interesting. Do you have any idea what sort of proposal he has in mind? Not a clue. So, are we going to meet him and find out? Let's see how it makes us go back to the storyline. Nope. The inspector's a crime-obsessed nincompoop, and I have no intention of listening to anything he has to say. But what if the proposal's really good? Like, we have 100 liters of wine that need to be drunk post-haste. Wishful thinking. It's more likely he just has some paper-pushing task that the police can't be bothered to do. Can I make a suggestion? Let's go meet the inspector. If he gives us an impossibly good wine gig, then we can graciously accept. And if he offers us a terrible paper-pushing job, then we can reject it to his face in style. We can tell him to shove it. Yeah, we can be like, shove it, Inspector. Say it with me, Falcon. Shove it, Inspector. Shove your lousy paper-pushing job. Louder. Shove it, Inspector. That felt pretty good. All right, let's go stick it to the inspector in person. Oh, but before I forget, I need to drop by the hospital at some point. What did you eat this time? No, it's not like that. Well, not entirely. I need to pay for the bill for my last visit. Oh, right. I wonder how much this is going to cost us. Oh, that's reasonable. Sure, we can pay a visit, but the inspector's call should take priority, I think. Are these both full-day activities? No. I forgot to check how much money we had. Alright, Inspector, what is up? It's far too cold to be meeting at a rooftop cafe. Why wouldn't the inspector have chosen a comfier location? Who knows? Maybe the inspector likes the view because it reminds him of his days guarding the old Bastille under the ancient regime. Wait, you think the inspector worked here during the ancien regime? Do you think that's how he got his war wounds? It was a joke, Sparrowson. I'm pretty sure the inspector isn't that old. Oh, Cock is here. Well. Severin, what are you doing here? Settle down, JD. Just like you, I was invited here by the inspector. What could he want with all three of us? It's hardly unusual for the lawyers and police of France to collaborate. The screen is stuck? Oh my god. Why is it stuck? Well, at least it's mostly a text-based game. There we go. Huh. Maybe it's because I went live on the game screen instead of the starting sun screen. Thanks for letting me know. At least it's entirely a text-based game. Although, with it stuck on the menu screen and me being like, oh, the cock is here. That's gotta be kind of interesting. It is hardly unusual for lawyers and police of France to collaborate. The inspector probably has a big investigative role that requires all hands on deck. A big investigative role sounds juicy. Oh, by the by, did you hear what happened to Judge Romulus? No? What? He escaped from prison before we could even try him. Rumor has it that Wolf bribed his jailkeeper and then fled for the hills. Well, I mean, you don't have to apologize for that. I'm the one that has stuck screen. I could look over on my other monitor and see that the screen is stuck. It was just that there's not really movement from this game on the other monitor, so my peripheral vision barely even notices if it's moving or not, right? It's all just text. So he escaped justice. For now, but don't fret. Nobody manages to escape the long arm of the law forever. Speaking of which... good. You're all here. Excuse me, Mr. Inspector Valerty, sir. Falk and I were wondering, did you get your injuries while defending the old Bastille prison? Don't drag me into this, you fool. I was just kidding. You impotent whelps. I'm not that old. I sustained these injuries when in the July Revolution 18 years ago. I was a royal guard, just a lowly peon. Wait, were you a royal guard or just lowly peon? The air was thick with gunpowder and blood. Oh, great. Now you've set him off. We were given the order to charge at the rebel barricade. My comrades and I fastened our bayonets. Suddenly, boom, without warning, a gunpowder keg exploded. My comrades were dead. I was heavily wounded. That's when I looked up and saw a looming figure standing between the gargoyles of Notre Dame. It was the Viridian Killer himself. Ahem. This is a fascinating story, Inspector, but perhaps you could tell us why we are all here. Oh, right, of course. Why we're here. What I'm about to tell you is strictly confidential, you understand? It's a matter of national security. As you've probably heard, France is under threat from a certain heinous group. Hipsters. Hipsters. It's true. The other day I was called a pop-loving pleb for enjoying choppin'. Now is not the time for joking, you two. The inspector is obviously talking about the growing rumors of an uprising. Correct. A rebellion is coming. Indeed, rebels. There's a storm brewing in the shadows of Paris. We, the Paris Police Department, have known about it for months. No, years. In every tavern and on every street corner, people talk of organizing protests and overthrowing the government. The king has ordered for public gatherings to be dispersed and newspapers to be censored, but the whispers of dissent remain. No surprise there. If you take away an angry citizen's ability to speak, they will just get even angrier. Indeed, and that's why it's paramount that we find and strike at the heart of the rebel group as soon as possible. For that, I need your help. What exactly do you want us to do? Interview citizens, scout locations, find the secret rebel meeting location that has escaped the eyes of the police. This really doesn't seem like a job for lawyers. I don't know. I mean, this whole game, though, the lawyers have been more like detectives than anything, and the court cases are almost never an afterthought of whether you've collected all the proper evidence or not. But, I don't know if, lawyers are the people you want going undercover trying to root out a rebellion. But, see how it goes. Do we have any leads? Just one. We know that the rebels are having weapons supplied to them by a crooked merchant who's referred to only as the Croque Monsieur. That's amazing. Like the sandwich? That's what I said. What? The Croque Monsieur. It's a hot sandwich. Cheese, ham, a little bechamel. Throw on some peppers if it's Friday night. This has nothing to do with sandwiches. Croque Monsieur is the alias of an accomplished and notorious dangerous arms dealer. In any case, that's everything the Parisian police know. That's everything? That's all you have to demonstrate after years of tracking? Naturally, as a public prosecutor, it is my duty to help the police with their investigative work. I would be honored to lend any and all assistance. Cock up. That's very good to hear, Monsieur Cocorico. But what about you, Falcon? Well, to be honest, Inspector, I don't quite understand why you're asking me. That's what I'm saying! Isn't he a lawyer? I'm a private defense attorney. I work for citizens who get stuck in legal trouble. Rebel hunting isn't quite my forte. Wait, are we a private defense attorney? Because both the cases we had so far we were specifically hired for. Oh, private, not public. Yeah, that makes more sense. I don't know why I thought public. I guess every time I hear defense attorney, it's always, people always say public. That was a random tangent I went on that made no sense. You want to know why I'm asking you? Look around you, Falcon. We're surrounded by corruption and incompetence. The judges are bloodthirsty wolves, the jailers are ravens, and the National Guard are sitting ducks. That revolution doesn't sound so bad now, does it? Look at all the slackers and dullards who are supposed to protect and serve the country. Nobody cares about justice anymore. You saw shamelessly the previous trials. Those are the results I produce with imbeciles to assist me. But you three, you care. Falcon, I saw you defend Dame Cataline and Prince Juan. I heard of your escapades around the city, frantically collecting evidence and interviewing witnesses. Frankly, you took more investigative work over the last month than I've seen any policeman do in a year. This is what I'm saying. It should be like a PI game rather than a lawyer game. Not including myself, of course. Listen, you look like you could use a hand, is all I'm saying. But Dame Cataline, it doesn't matter. You have passion and conviction, and you aren't a total bird brain. By my book, that makes you a fantastic investigator, even if that's not in your job description. So what do you say? You want to sit around in your office twiddling your thumb until another pointless job offer falls in your lap? Or do you want to take this opportunity to do something great and help us track down the animals who wish to harm our glorious nation? Do they want to harm the nation? It sounds like the nation's pretty corrupt and they want to overthrow it. Let's see how the game makes us do it if we say no. I don't think so. Sorry, Inspector. Come now, Falcon. Let's not make any hasty decisions. What for me to change your mind? Nothing would convince me. I appreciate the offer, Inspector, but my mind is made up. That is most unfortunate. Well then, I shan't keep you any longer. Thank you for your understanding. Come along, Sparrowson. We have business to attend at the office. We do? Oh, right. We do. Good day, Falcon. Good day, Inspector. Good day, Severin. Actually, let us leave. Oh, shoot. As I say, Falcon was always a little pig-headed. Perhaps he feels put off working us for us cocks for justice. Or maybe, dare say, he feels sympathetic to the rebel cause. Oh, he knows. He heard me. He heard me talking about it. I mean, vive la revolution, that's all I'm saying. In any case, I should probably start my investigation into the Croque Monsieur. Not so fast, Mr. Cocorico. There's something else we need to discuss. Did I lose time for this case by being a stuck-up, or not stuck-up, but a stubborn jerk? I must say, I'm a little disappointed, Falcon. I know that the inspector is a unlikable nincompoop, but I was hoping that you could look past that and accept his offer. If not for the glory of serving France, then at least for the, money. I think you misunderstand, Sparrowson. We aren't going to be spitting here, twiddling our thumbs. We're going to go join the revolution and overthrow all those cocks. But we don't have a case. No, but we have plenty of work to do. We must find this so-called Croque Monsieur and track down the rebels so that we can join them? Huh? You rejected the inspector's offer, but you're going to do the work anyways? I'm confused. Knowledge is power, Sparrowson. Let's say that we manage to learn exactly where the rebels are meeting. What can we do with that information? One option would be to offer our services to the rebel group. Another option would be to blackmail the rebels directly, extort them for money in exchange for not giving out their address. I don't like this discussion. Aren't we supposed to be the good guys? No, we're lawyers, dude. You didn't hear? Well, if we wanted to play it perfectly straight, we could just give any information we find directly to the inspector. At least now we can do our investigation without having to play by the inspector's rules. That's true, I guess. Alright, you've convinced me. We'll uncover the identity of the Croque Monsieur, and we'll track down those rebels. And then we'll play it by ear. Yeah, we'll wing it! Oh no. Oh my god. Lots of options. So, oh my god, that spills over to the other side. So we know that there's an arms dealer is all we really know. What do we have here? Newly built bridge. Hospital. Market popular among all shoppers. See, I thought the market would be where we would need to go first to hear about an arms dealer. But maybe we need to go to the Canard Joyeux. But there's no time, it doesn't take up a day for to go to Les Halles. The prison, Baron House, R&M, the private investigator, right? Chocolate Emporium, courthouse, library, palace. Let's go here first to see if there's anything, because I don't think there will be anything because there's no clock next to it, which means it doesn't take up a day. We didn't get a time frame for this. There's no trial that we're working towards, so we don't have any context for the date right now. All right, let's go here first because it doesn't take up a day, although it's probably useless. Here for some shopping, are we? Or is it interview time? I guess it's as good a place to look at ask about rebel uprising as anywhere else. Actually, I was thinking of Mademoiselle Signy. I know she's not here now, but the area just reminds me of her. Oh, the flower seller. I think she moved away, Falcon. Didn't she say she was visiting her parents in Vienna? Oh, yeah. Right. Let's move. We have a lot to do. Alright, so yeah, there was nothing there. Might get some rumors at the bar. I think it's either the bar or... I was going to say the market, but we've already been there. Let's go to the bar. Maybe the private investigator. He might know something. I think you would go to the bar before the private investigator, though. Because then you could bring him some information, too. If you learn anything. No! No drinking! Bad Falcon! Calm down, Sparrowson. I'm just here for information. Taverns are the first place people go to moan about the government. Therefore, they are the perfect rebel breeding grounds. Are your bathrooms breeding Bolsheviks? My favorite old poster. Oh, that makes sense. Ah, it's you two. What will it be today? Wine or beer? I'm afraid it's just questions for today, madame. We're looking for a man called the Croque Monsieur. Have you seen him? No, that name doesn't sound familiar at all. Okay. Have you ever heard any of your patrons bad-mouthing the government? This is not subtle. This is why you should be lawyers and not investigators. Of course. 'Tis a tavern, hun. If people couldn't come here to grope and talk politics, where else would they go? Reddit. That's true. But has anyone stood out? Well... just between you and me, the pair drinking on the floor have been acting very shifty. Well, I suppose... oh, on the drinking floor. The drinking on the floor, that does sound shifty. Now, I'm not saying they're... or they aren't rebels, but they're doing far too much talking and not enough drinking, if you know what I mean. I think I do. Thank you, madame. Let's see, where to go? I don't think we ever learn anything from the card room. It's literally just gambling. How much money do we have now? 94 francs. Rolling in it. Oh, it's these guys again. And that's when the mademoiselle told me to put the order in. No idea where she's going to keep them in, oh. Pierre, don't you know that she hates being called mademoiselle? You're going to get stuck with guard duty going in. Oh, right you are. Madame it is then. Wait, she ain't married, is she? So why do we have to call her madame? Why don't you ask her yourself? No way. She would straight up eat me alive. Wait, hush up. Do you smell that? It smells like... eavesdroppers. Can I help you, messieurs? What were you just two talking about just before we rudely interrupted? Well, I would like to include you in our conversation, but to be completely honest, I don't think that's any of your business. What the heck is this? This is a little bit on the nose right here. We don't have exactly a huge dialogue wheel, though. Let's go with it. As a matter of fact, it is our business. You see, we want to fight alongside the rebels. We do? Listen here, you. Hold on, Pierre. Let me handle this. Listen, messieurs. I've seen you two around a couple of times. We're acquaintances, I suppose. Now, I don't know who you are, but I do know that your line of work involves a fair amount of investigation. Therefore, I must assume that you're some sort of detective or prosecutor. Am I far off the mark? Well, as I thought. Now, I don't claim to be part of any secret rebel alliance. I've never heard of such a thing. But if I were a member of such a hypothetical group, I would not allow the entry of a man of the law like yourself. Understood? Damn, that was a solid shutdown. Yeah, I'll try asking something else. Monsieur, have you heard of a man called... Falcon, wait! There's a slight chance these guys might be rebels, right? Yeah. So if we ask them directly, they might be scared off. Good point. I'll try to keep it subtle. Oh no. I'll try to keep it subtle. Tell me everything. We know it's a hunter. Isn't this a hunting hat and a hunting rifle? Monsieur, where did you get that swanky hat? This old thing? It's just a regular cap I bought from... Oh man, someone finally noticed me. My awesome hat. I've waited years for someone to notice it. Look at this thing. Who are you? Who's a pretty Polly? I'm the prettiest Polly. Anyways, I bought it from Mademoiselle in his house. I think the shop was called Ruse Odds and Ends or some such. Fantastic. Thank you, monsieur. Nice, Falcon. Now you can buy a swanky hat too. But we're no closer to uncovering the mystery of the Croque Monsieur. Oh, right. Monsieur, I see you are carrying a rifle. Evidently. Who manufactured it? Good question. See, most hunters around here are carrying old French Charlevilles, but this beauty is something special. See? It's American, from Springfield Armory. Model 1812 percussion lock firing mechanism. An American musket, you say? That's certainly quite special. It must have been hard to procure? It's true that you can't buy guns of this quality from standard street sellers, but if you know the right people... Please go on. Well... Okay, listen carefully. You didn't hear it from me, but to meet the croque monsieur... Actually, it would be foolish for me to explain it in public. It would be much easier if you just took this. The Book of Judges? What is this, some sort of law book? Well, the book's subject is not important. Just take it. Oh, I see. It's the Book of Judges. From the Bible, Old Testament stories of God smiting people and stuff. Appreciate the gifts, monsieur, but I'm not religious. You certainly are dull. Nor am I. Then why are you... Just take it, you idiot! Bible books are what we use to pass around on code phrases. Code phrases? Puro, please. I'm trying to be low-key. I can't do that if you're mouthing off with that big beak of yours. Right you are. Try to forget what my friend said. Just with a little searching and with the contents of that good book, you should be able to get what you desire. Is that a religious metaphor? No, monsieur. I'm being very literal. Book of Judges added to the evidence folder. Well, thank you for the gift, monsieur. But to be honest, I have no idea how this is supposed to lead me to our gun salesman. Ah, I see. Well, there is an excellent friar. Well, I hear there's an excellent friar who performs Bible readings at the church. Perhaps if you show the man your new book, he will be able to find you a particularly spiritual passage. Are you sure this isn't all religious metaphor? I feel like you're trying to convert me. I assure you, I am as secular as they come, monsieur. Friar Notre Dame Cathedral. Thank you, monsieur. I'll make a note. Was there anything else that you needed or wanted? That's all. Thank you for your assistance, sirs. It's nothing. Get out of here already. You two seem like decent fellows. You shouldn't get involved in this rebellion business. Just do whatever you need to do with the croque monsieur and get out of Paris. That's what a smart person would do. I appreciate the good advice, sir. Alright, we leaving. Is that it for this day? Because it'll be the next day now, right? Alright, so we need to go to the church. Where did they put the church on this? Notre Dame Church, right? That should be the first place we go, I imagine. Falcon and Sparrowson step into the grand atrium of Notre Dame Cathedral. Scaffolding lines much of the crumbling outer wall. Unperturbed, a handful of devotees are silently kneeled in thought. Here for a little prayer, are we, Falcon? I had no idea you were the religious type. Sparrowson, are you just not paying attention all the time? Jesus Christ. Don't be silly. I'm following up on Fontaine's lead. We must find our mystery friar. Do you think it's that hunched over fellow over there? I bet it's him. He looks super suspicious. Why would the friar look suspicious? It could be. Let's show some tact. Oh, he's gonna yell again. Excuse me, Mr. Friar. Do you know what tact is, Sparrowson? Are all the rebellion leader type people's wolves? Well, I'm not doing a full wolf voice. Welcome, my brothers. All are welcome under the roof of the house of God. Are you here to confess your sins, or perhaps you wish to join in our services? Actually, Friar, we're here because... Falcon! That Friar, he looks eerily familiar. Yeah, I mean, are you saying that all wolves look alike, Sparrowson? Is that a bigot with a small b or a capital B for you? Now that you mention it, he does look a little like the guy who delivers our post, doesn't he? What? No, that's not who I meant. And how does he look like anything like our postman? Am I going mad? No, you're just racist, Sparrow. Your friend appears to be upset. Don't mind him. He's just in a huff because he thinks like you look like this judge we once met. See? Falcon's not racist. It's the Sparrowson guy. Almost look alike. Judge Romulus? I get that all the time. I'm his twin brother, you see. Alright, I take it back. I'm a dick. Sparrowson's not a racist. Falcon just can't see that twins look alike. Maybe they're fraternal twins. Oh good, I'm not going mad, or a bigot. Friar, would you say that you had a good relationship with Romulus? Oh, we were close, but as you may have heard, he got in trouble with the law recently. I haven't seen him in weeks. I see. I didn't mean to pry. It's no trouble, but tell me, why are you here, my brothers? All right, we have a couple of questions. What's with the scaffolding? Friar, we have something we'd like to show you. Show him Valerity's letter? That'd be hilarious. Rat on ourselves. But they wouldn't be lions. Well, the lions would be less likely to have a rebellion and more likely to be the people in charge in the first place. Although the emperor is a penguin because emperor penguins, I guess. But also, the first lion we met is the guy that we ended up putting away for the murder he didn't commit. So it wouldn't be weird too much if the lions rebelled, I guess, right? Anyways, could you take a look at this? We heard that you could give special passage readings. I see. You have your own copy of the Book of Judges. I think you will find chapter 15, verse 2 be particularly enlightening. Let's see. Chapter 15, verse 2. This chapter follows the journey of Samson, the heroic judge with divine strength. Was Samson a judge? I know he got his power from his hair, didn't he? In some versions. In this part of the scripture, Samson is confronted by the men who are angered by Samson's notion of justice. Please, could you read the passage? Okay. 3,000 men of Judah went to top the rock of Etam. They said to Samson, Knowest thou that the Philistines are rulers over us? What is this thou hast done unto us? And Samson said unto them, And they did unto me, so I have done unto them. As they did unto me, so I have done unto them. A beautiful sentence, wouldn't you agree? I mean, it's sort of poetic, but it can be barbaric in ways. We want to try to get into the rebellion is what we're going to do, and then we're going to decide if we can get into the rebellion. So we're going to call it poetic. It's poetic, a beautiful summation of justice. You understand the passage. That's delightful. And Samson was a great judge. Not a judge of today, sits in a high chair and files endless paperwork, but an old judge, a holy judge, a shafit. Shafits were admired and feared. They made their own judgments and dispensed their own punishments. I think I know one of these guys. I think his name is Sylvester. Right? He's sort of like this. I'm starting to ramble, aren't I? Okay, let's get back to the point. The key word for the day is Edom. That's the name of a cave where Samson hid. The Rock of Edom. Edom. Got it. I'll make a note. It's like a backwards mate. But I'm confused. What do we do with this key word? That's for you to learn on your own, my brothers. You to be here to be intelligent. I'm sure that if you put your faith in the right people, you'll be able to figure it out. We'll see what we can do. Is there anything else I can help you with today? Perhaps you wish to make a confession. You want to know what's with the scaffolding? What's with all the scaffolding? Is some sort of construction work going on? That's right, a little repair, a little renovation. It's no secret that Cathedral has seen better days. The cult of reason did a lot of damage back in the days of the Revolution. Well, now we're well on our way to restoring this holy place to its former glory. The cult of reason? The religion of Christianity? Hey Falcon, what's the difference between religion and a cult? Time. Cults like, you know, they're a cult because it happens in front of you almost, and a religion, it's only really a religion because it happened a long time ago. The main difference between a religion and a cult is someone that starts the cult, the leader or the person that started it is still alive or was alive in recent history, whereas a religion, the person that started it or came up with most of the concepts is long dead, so you can't really second guess him because he wrote it all down in a book like thousands of years ago. Don't be rude, Sparrowson. Oh, are you talking to me? I guess I was being rude there. Don't worry, my brother. I understand how it is. To a young person, all ideals look like gobbledygook in different packaging, don't they? Pretty much. Maybe you'll come learn the differences as you grow up. I promise, some ideologies are worth following to the very end. Well, let's not talk anymore about cults and ideologies. Did you want anything else? I guess that's it. I think we're done here. Thank you for your time, Friar. Go in peace, my brothers. Alright. So, Edom. Edom refers to the cave that Samson hid in. Is the cocks? Is this is a... I'm guessing the cocks are going to be the roosters, the lawyer and the officer there. This is a cutscene, right? Cock. What of you? You can see the July. Oh, you can see the July column so clearly from here. Cock, you're already here. You have news about the croque monsieur, or is this about the other matter? Here you go. As requested, the full register of those who entered Paris Law School and the full list of graduates. So we know that Falcon doesn't go by his original name, so I wonder if he graduated from his law school under his original name, and that's why the inspector is after the law school graduates. We also are, I'm pretty sure Sparrowson didn't graduate, he dropped out, so that might be relevant too. Very good, let's take a look. Now could you please tell me what this is about, Inspector? What are you looking for? Look at this list of graduates. Do you see any names you recognize? Well, I see my own, class of 1837, and I see that moronic prosecutor Rabbington, under the class of 1846. Ah, and there's J.J. Falcon's name under the class of 1832. So he did graduate under his the name Falcon. Very good. Now take a look at this register page from 1829. Oh, so he changed his identity while he was in law school? Well, I don't see JJ's name, but I'm not quite sure what that implies, Inspector. The explanation is simple. JJ Falcon changed his name sometime between 1829 and 1832, right around the time of the July Revolution. And we know his grandfather was important for some reason, Falcon's. And why would he do that? Why indeed. Monsieur Coq, you and I are roosters. We are birds of justice, birds of French national pride. But Falcon, he is a bird of prey. It is in his very nature to draw his talons and lash out at those around him. I have no doubt that when the pressure rises, he will show his true colors. I'm not sure I agree with your personal assessment, Inspector. I've always suspected that JJ was a buffoon, an imbecile, and a troglodyte, but I never would have described him as a person of malice. Time will tell. Do you need anything else of me, Inspector, or shall I continue my investigation into the sandwich? There is one more thing. Take this. Oh, he's giving him a gun. A pistol! No thank you, Inspector. These are dangerous times. If you face a violent threat, you cannot hope to defend yourself with that riding crop of yours. I am well aware. I just find these ghastly things tend to escalate situations rather than mitigate them. That's what everyone says during peacetime. Take it. Thank me when it saves your hide. Fine, fine. I'll keep a hold of it. Well, Monsieur Cocorico, you've been very helpful. I'm just doing my duty. Good day, Inspector. Yep, cock. So where can we... Maybe R&M Associates might know. That could be good. Library. There could be references to Edom in the library. I don't think we need to go to the courthouse. Chocolate doesn't look good. We've already been to the Canard. R&M, they might know about it. The castle, the Baron's house, probably not. Prison, probably not. Bridge, probably not. Hospital, no. Palace, no. So we're going to go library or private investigator. I still think we should go to the library first. And then we might be able to find cross-reference Edom with France and possibly caves, biblical references and the like. I still don't know if there's a time limit before we don't get to look anymore for this trial or this case. Time to hit the books, am I right? If you're looking for croque monsieur recipes, I guess that would be in the cooking session. We're not here for recipes, Sparrowson. This librarian fellow seems pretty intelligent. If there's something we've overlooked, he would know. We're going to talk to Nathan. Would you mind lowering your voices? You're disturbing me during my daily crossword. Oh, I should have known. It's the two Harlequins. It's good to see you too, sir. We have some questions. Of course you do. Now let's get this over with so I can get back to my puzzle. See, I really wish you'd... I don't know, the options are limited, and you don't really know until you get to the location and already use up your time. Have you heard of the croque monsieur? The sandwich? Of course I've heard of it. It's fucking delicious. No, I mean the person with that name. No, that doesn't ring any bells. I'm familiar with the Earl of Sandwich, if that is of any help. Wait, you can become an Earl of Food now? I'm in the wrong profession. Never mind. We'll try something else. What can you tell us about an uprising? An uprising? Would you care to be more specific? A Paris uprising. You cannot be serious. You want me to talk about every rebellion, revolution, and revolt that Paris has ever been through? We will be here all night. What about an uprising that hasn't happened yet? A future uprising. I read the newspapers, messieurs. The government tries to strangle the media, but the truth shines through the gaps of censorship. The citizens' contempt for our leaders is blatant. A future revolt is a very real possibility. That's all I know. I see. Try asking something else, but that's all. Okay. Clearly we're barking up the wrong tree here. Thank you for your time anyway, sir. I bid you to a day. Okay. That's gonna use up that whole day, too. So what do we have? We've got a reference to Edom that points us towards an armed dealer named the Sandwich. I thought maybe we could get some references to biblical cross-referencing at the library, but I was thinking a little bit too deep. The library is just literally lets you go talk to the librarian. I hope it's not something silly like go ask the Chocolate Emporium guy. That'd be weird. There is the prison where we might be able to talk to Judge Romulus at the prison. And then there is the private investigator. The bridge might be useful, but it's only going to be useful in the context of like if something random happens there. The Louvre, there might be something at the Louvre in one of the paintings or something. That's a wild stretch. But I think we're going to choose either the private investigator or the prison to try to talk to Romulus. The private investigator almost seems too obvious because you think he'd be able to help you with anything. We might be able to talk to Romulus now that we made contact with his brother. Let's try it. Let's try it. Why did we come here, Falcon? We don't have a client to defend, but we do have someone to talk to. I had a thought. If we want to find criminals, then we should probably talk to the person who deals with them every day. That's not going to let us talk to Romulus. It's just going to let us talk to the guard, isn't it? Ah, I get it. You're looking for Quark, that pesky jailer. Mudcheck Quark? Where is he? Could be his day off. Maybe we should come back another time. Are you kidding me? Oh, screw you, game. Hey, maybe we can go talk to Romulus. We go to the jail. Guard's not here. I guess we should leave. And they left it as an option, too, to say, hey, you could come back and check another day. That's just rude. Well, this is most unexpected. Monsieur Falcon, Monsieur Sparrowson, I believe this is our first time meeting without disguises or pretenses, as it were. Oh, but first things first. Mousy, would you kindly fetch our guests some tea? Oh, of course, Mr. Volps, of course. Messieurs, what sort of tea would you like? Chamomile, Darjeeling, maybe? Oh no. Is this relevant? Was there some code we were supposed to figure out before coming? Would be divine. Is that a reference to the biblical stuff? No, it's not. Coffee. I don't suppose you have any coffee, do you? Heresy. Now, Mousy. If our guests prefer coffee to tea, that's not for us to judge. I suppose they will be wanting milk and sugar, too. Oh yeah, 3 spoonfuls would be lovely. You have no taste at all. I apologize for Mousy. He's quite opinionated when it comes to matters of hot drinks. Aren't we all? I can't blame him. It's an important issue. Let's get down to business. What is it that you two came here for? Well, we just have a couple of questions. See, it doesn't let us ask about the Edom reference again. Anyways, let's see if he knows anything about the Croc Monsieur. We can be direct with him because he'll want to help us, I think. Have you heard of a person called the Croc Monsieur? And no, we aren't talking about the sandwich, unfortunately. The Croc Monsieur. Are you referring to the black market salesman? The man who claims to be able to procure anything no matter how illegal? Yes, that sounds exactly like the person we're looking for. Do you know him? Me personally? No. I just know of his vile reputation. I see. Then do you have any idea how we can find him? Meeting the Croc Monsieur face to face is not easy. The man doesn't make himself known to just anybody after all. I know. I shall do a little investigative work on my own. Come back in 3 days, and I tell you where and when you can find the Croc Monsieur. That's an enormous help. Thank you so much, Monsieur Velps. Of course, there is a price. A price? There's a small fee, a mere 30 francs. Hey! We saved your derriere over that Prince Juan business. Oh, no, I mean, he hired you to defend him for the Prince Juan business. Is this any way to show your gratitude? Monsieur Volps, you must understand that this is no personal errand. We investigating on behalf of king and country. I'm sure your intentions are noble, Mr. Falcon, but I'm running a business here. A fox has to eat. 30 francs, and I guarantee I will find you the Croc Monsieur. That is my final offer. What do you say? I guess I should have came here first, then. I wonder if there's still 3 days left until something event happens that makes us not be able to. We haven't been spending our money at all in this game. I'm not sure what else might be a use for the money. So let's just go ahead and get this rolling. And so if we don't find the proper lead within 3 days of searching around, we can come back. Here you go, sir. Very good. As promised, return in 3 days, and I'll tell you where the Croc Monsieur can be found. Rest assured that I will undertake my end of the bargain with care and diligence. I expect nothing less. Thank you, Mr. Volps. It's my pleasure. Is there anything else you wanted to ask? Let's see if he has any rumors, too. Monsieur Volps, have you heard any rumors of an uprising? Of course. These days a man can't talk into a tavern without hearing angry men whispering about violence and revolt. I dare say that Paris may find itself in the midst of yet another revolution before the end of winter. But what can you tell us about the dissenters specifically? Do you know where they are meeting? I am only afraid I only know what you can read in the papers, sir. I know anti-government protesters are meeting out in the open until the government clamps down. With the banquets gone, who knows where the dissenters went? I see. Perhaps I can assist you with something else? That's it. That's all. Have a pleasant day, Mr. Volps. As to you, messieurs. Champ? Oh, tea. Tea's ready. Tea's ready, Mr. Volps. It's ready. I'm afraid you're too slow, Mousy. Oh, bother. Winnie the bother. Alright. Since we can rely on him to... we'll count that as 1 day, so this is the 31st. So we want to go back in 3 days. Does that mean the 33rd should be fine? The 33rd of January. That's when we're going back. We're going to go check in on him on the 33rd of January. Easy clap. You guys don't got extra days in your months? Alright, so February 2nd probably. Okay. So they're probably demonstrating outside of the palace, but not anymore. So let's go to the bridge. Bridge is probably the only place you would think they would be hiding out of these options. That might be the cave. Oh no, it's just to talk to the Kingfisher. I gotta stop thinking about these locations as locations and just the people that the game will let you talk to if you go to those locations and nothing else, I guess. Well, if it isn't the rude lawyers. You know, you guys owe me a big one. Or you guys owe me, you owe me, big guy. I owe you? Yep, my fishing line snapped when I dragged you to the water the other day. I had to buy a new reel. The way I see it, you owe me 2 francs for the fishing line and 1 million francs for saving your life. I don't have 1 million and 2 francs. Really? But you look so bourgeois. Alright, I'll tell you what. 2 francs for the line and we'll call it even. I mean, he did save us save Falcon's life. Let's give him his 2 francs. Fine, here's 2 francs. Consider it a gift of gratitude for saving my life. Jeez. Much thanks, monsieur. Now, why are you here? Why are we here? Alright, we have some questions. So, caught anything good? Today, not a kipper. The new fishing line is really good, but I've run out of good bait, so it's practically useless by itself. That's quite an issue. So, if we were to lend you some bait, would you be able to lend us some line? Why do we want to borrow line? I guess. Sparrowson, why would you even ask that? We don't have any use for fishing line. Just checking the possibilities. You never know when we might need fishing line in the future. Why would we ever need fishing line? Just take the fishing line, man. Actually, don't answer that. You're ridiculous, Sparrowson. Hey, fuck you, Falcon. Take the fishing line. Maybe I can help you with something else. Have you heard of a man called the Sandwich? A man called the Sandwich? Nope, doesn't ring any bells. That's a strange name, though. Did the man name himself Sandwich, or was the sandwich named after him? I have absolutely no idea. I can only aspire to have a sandwich named after me one day. Sparrowson, thick slices of white bread, mayonnaise, cheese, chicken, bacon, slices of sausage, honey glazed ham. Ooh, that's a meat catastrophe right there. Stop! You'll give us all heart attacks. I guess that's all. Think we're done here. Happy fishing, Monsieur. Bye, Monsieur Fisherman. Hey, you know I hate to be called that. So if we could get him some bait, he'll give us some fishing line? Is that relevant in some way? And where would you get bait? The hospital might have leeches, but I feel like I'm overthinking it. I feel like if you go to the hospital, all you're going to get is to talk to the doctor and nothing else. He does need to pay his medical bill. Let's pay his medical bill and then go back to R&M Associates. Why not? There he is, Bearsman. Go ahead. Say what you need to say. Excuse me, Dr. Fowlret. I just wanted to thank you for, giving me an antidote and making me well and stuff. It's no trouble at all. Sparrowson, wasn't it? Of course, there is the small matter of the debt. Right. Let's see. 1 hospital bed, 1 dose of specialized antidote, expert medical care for the attending physician. The total comes to 500 francs. Ah! Falcon, can I get an advance on this month's pay? And the next month's? And maybe the next month's? And the next month's? Calm down, Spear Ocean. I'm sure the doctor is a reasonable man. He will surely allow you to pay in installments. Of course, of course. With my current wages, I should be able to fully pay off the debt by the 20th century. Hey, your pay isn't that bad. Now. There's no need for quibbling. I have a suggestion. You are lawyers, yes? If you do some pro bono work for me, I may be able to knock the bail down a little. Maybe to say 100 francs? Oh, that sounds much more reasonable. What kind of legal work do you have in mind? Debt collection. Sure, let's try it, see what happens. That actually sounds like quite fun. It will be a nice change from this sandwich nonsense. Yes, give us the details, Doctor. There is a man being treated for a small injury a couple years ago. He's been evading my attempts at collecting on his bill ever since. I wouldn't normally pursue medical ills so aggressively, but I know that the man is a successful inventor. He can easily afford to front the bill. I would greatly appreciate if you pay him a visit and strong-arm him into loosening his purse strings. Well, I'm not making any promises. Maybe we can swing by the inventor's house if we have a free minute. Thanks, Falcon. Thank you, Doctor. We will dedicate every waking moment to collecting this debt. Wait, I didn't agree to that. Every waking moment. So we can go back to R&M Associates now. And now we've got the workshop of the eccentric guy. So we got a new thing on there. Let's go back to R&M Associates first. The only context we have for when an event might take place that we can't skip is that they said there might be, or someone said they expect the city to be in flames before the end of the winter. And it's February now. What do they call the end of the winter? Probably sometime, and probably won't give us a full month of wandering around. In fact, I imagine that if we looked at the menu, we could see the number of empty slots in Chapter 3 is the number of days we have to mess around. But that's a little bit too spoilery. We're not going to look at that. Let's go back and see what the inspector has to say. Mr. Volps, you've managed to pick up some good information, I trust? Nope. Let's see. There's good news and there's bad news. Hit me with the bad news first. The sandwich refuses to speak to anyone who does not know a secret password, and I'm afraid I was unable to procure that particular password. I see, that is the problem, so what's the good news? If you want to meet the Croque-Monsieur anyway, I've learned that he lurks around the Rue des Marmousets on Friday evenings. The Rue des Marmousets? Oh, the Monkey Road by Notre Dame. That's easy enough to get to. I apologize that I could not be of more help. It's no problem, sir. You gave us a fantastic lead. Rue des Marmousets on Friday. I'll be there. And I think we know what the password is. We do? Is it just eat 'em? Come on, Falcon. Don't be a bird brain. I shan't delay you two any longer. I'm sure you have a lot of investigative work to do. That we do. Thanks for all the help, Mr. Volps. And that'll be the next day. I need to go there on a Friday? Yeah, so it's Thursday now. That wasn't the worst of timings. I wonder if it's always Friday. Like, can you get that on Saturday and he'll try to send you there Friday? In the meantime, we have one day. We might as well go see about the inventor. There might be some random stuff there. What are you? A dog? An otter? You're way too human. Looks like a dog nose and like the little mustaches some dogs have. Come in. Are you Sir Trouvé? I am, and you are? We're lawyers, sent on behalf of Dr. Falret. We're here to collect a debt that you owe. It's time to pay up, sir. Oh mon dieu, I've completely forgot about that. Listen, I would be happy to pay, but looks like I don't quite have enough money on hand. What to do? I know! I have a brand new invention that will blow the doctor's socks off. It's a device that will completely revolutionize the surgical field. I imagine the doctor would prefer cash over some gadget that's untested. No, trust me. This baby will be easily worth 10,000, no, 100,000 francs. The doctor would love it. If that was remotely true, you wouldn't just give it to him for a small debt. Oh, alright then. Hand the device over and I'll pass it along to Dr. Falret straight away. Well, it's not that simple. The device isn't finished yet. It's, not finished? I know exactly what needs to be done, but I'm missing some crucial parts. Perhaps if you could have some time to spare, you could help me out, run out and collect what I need? What? No, sir, that's absurd. If you have shopping to do, you should do it yourself. Falcon, please, help the man. I can't spend the rest of my life in debt. Alright. No need to get all panicky. We'll hear the man out at least. Great. I'll take notes. What is it that you need, monsieur? Let's see. I need a copper pot. A pot? Like as in a saucepan? What on earth for? It's a necessary component for my invention. I can use it to build a portable electric battery. You see, when a zinc rod is suspended in sulfuric acid, accompanied by a soft copper surface, a current is generated. Save me your scientific mumbo-jumbo. One metal pot should be trivial to obtain. One copper pot. Oh, the copper part is important? Okay, one copper pot. I wonder where we could find one of those. I've seen copper kettles at Lace Hale's Market, although those things aren't too cheap. I can't help that I feel I saw a copper pot somewhere. What else? String, high-grade string, to bind some components to the device together. Hey, look, there's the line you need, Falcon. Seems simple enough. I imagine Liz Hale Market would have that in abundance. Can we really afford to blow our whole budget at the market, Falcon? Surely there's a cheaper way to acquire string. Look, I have a loose thread on my jacket. Take it. The string must be higher quality than that, monsieur. I need something that's fishing line grade. Hint, hint. Oh, I see. Was there anything else you wanted, monsieur? Some books, confectionaries, alcohol, groceries perhaps? No, that's everything. Alright, I've got it written all down. Shopping list has been added to your evidence folder. Wasn't it just a copper pot and string? Was it anything else? It was just a copper pot and string. I feel a little conned. We came here to collect on a debt and leapt with a shopping list. We're gonna follow through though, right? Get Mr. Trouvé's items, right? We'll see. So now it's Friday. We should be able to go to the Rue, the Marmoset. Nope, the password is Edom. Look at this. Is that him? It must be. Excuse me, sir. I don't recognize you fellas. What's the password? The password, Edom. Edom D's. Oh, looks like you fellows I took you fellows for bird brain cops, but you actually know the secret password. So what do you want? Well, let's start with introductions. You are the Croque Monsieur, are you not? That's Croque Monsieur to you. It's Mr. Croc. He's not a sandwich, he's a crocodile. My god, people always get the pronunciation wrong. I'm not really hearing the difference. In any case, Monsieur Croque Monsieur, my name is... Don't tell me, you idiot. Bringing up names can mess up an entire meeting. What do you think I use an alias? Alias. Tell me what you want. Drugs, guns, explosives, slaves? Come on, I don't got all day. Well, to be honest, what I really want is... That might be a little bit too direct. But he might let us just buy it. A cheap gun I want to buy a lot of them implies we're already involved with the rebellion, so I like that. Let's say, hypothetically, I wanted 100 pistols for self-defense. Lowest prices possible. Oh, starting a revolution, are you? Seems everyone's doing that these days. Take a look at this. Standard 1777 flintlock pistol. They've been churning these things out since the old revolution, so we got buckets of them. They're good weapons, but nobody wants them because flintlocks are so 18th century, you know? Yeah, I know. Normally sell these for 40 francs a piece, but since you're buying in bulk, let's say 30 francs each. So if my math's correct, that's 3,000 francs for 100 of them. You want to pay now or what? Do you take checks? Very funny. And no, I don't take pocket linked either. It's cold hard Napoleons only. Is this going to be the cock? Well, well, well. It is. C'est merde. It's the fuzz. Cheese it. Damn it, cock. Wait, Monsieur Croque, Monsieur. Come back. Never feel. For your falcon, I'll tail the dastardly fellow. Oh no, Sparrow. Don't get too close, Sparrowson. That crocodile's got a gun. Pardon me. What's all this ruckus? Playing cops and robbers, are we, JJ? Oh, 1 second. Don't tell me what to do. It's my stream and I'll die if I want to. It was, what are you, playing cops and robbers, are we, JJ? And it's like, no, I was doing an investigation until you ruined it, you cock. Are you blind, Severin? That was the croque, monsieur. We were on the crust of extracting some vital information about the rebels, but your smug entrance just ruined everything. That was the croque, monsieur? I never would have guessed. You don't sound very concerned. Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm quite impressed that you managed to track down such an elusive criminal. But I have something more pressing that I need to discuss with you. More pressing than finding the rebels? Perhaps. JJ, I want you to answer this question sincerely and honestly. Did you go by a different name prior to enrolling at Paris Law School? Is that really so important that you need to scare off the criminal? What? What does that have to do with the rebel investigation? Or to do with anything for that matter? I would appreciate it if you answered the question, JJ. I need to hear it from your own beak. Have you ever gone by a different name? Yeah, sure. Let's just tell him to F off. I don't deny it. A man has a right to change his name. Exactly, cock. Indeed, a man does have a right. But why would a man do such a thing? I don't appreciate your accusatory tone. You sound just like Inspector Valerty. Wait, that's it, isn't it? The inspector ordered you to dig up some dirt on me, didn't he? Answer me, Severin. What's going on? What did Inspector Valerty say? Man, that croc can run. It appears that you two are making solid progress with your investigation into the rebel group. I'll be sure to let the inspector know. So this cock showed up, ruined the investigation, accosted Falcon about his name, and then said he's going to tattle on us to the inspector. Where are you going? We haven't finished our discussion, Severin. We have. I've learned what I came here to find, and ruined everything for you. Good day, sir. It actually says it too. Good day, JJ. Good day, Sparrowson. What was that all about? Doesn't matter. Severin's just poking his beak where he doesn't belong. Heh. Nosy blighter. So tell me about your little adventure, Sparrows, and you lost the croque monsieur, I take it? Yeah. He looks like a stumpy reptile, but he ran like a gazelle. I lost him in no time at all. I see. Well, with the croque monsieur's lead gone, our investigation has reached a dead end. Not entirely. He dropped something during the chase. He dropped something? What exactly? Show you. Follow me. Wow, you're so out of breath. Should have flown after him. Think you need to do more exercise, Sparrowson. Don't judge me. Ow. 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 My god, what is it now? Muscle cramp? No, my foot's hurting. I think I got something in my shoe. Well, grit your beak and bear it. This is around where you saw the crocodile drop something, right? Yeah, somewhere around here. Let's put on our investigation hats and find it, whatever it is. Select an area to examine. Is it not going to be in your shoe? That'd be funny. So I'm assuming this is what we're going to want to go for. We'll go there first this time. Yeah, this is the thing. The croque monsieur dropped. Why would he have a receipt if he's an illegal black market salesman? Oh, it's just a list. It's a list. 40 muskets, 20 pistols, gunpowder, 3,000 musket balls. To be delivered to the sleeping city. This is an invoice. I don't see any names on here, but given the contents and quantities, the goods are probably intended for the rebels. Excellent find, Sparrowson. It was nothing. But sleeping city? Where could that be? Well, it's a city that sleeps a lot, so somewhere in Spain would be my guess. Is that a subtle ribbing at the Spaniards? Pretty sure that the location is not a literal city. For one thing, we already know the city where the rebels are gathering is right here, Paris. The sleeping city is a code phrase, like a riddle. A riddle, Well, I'm stumped, and ing is getting us nowhere. We must find someone who can solve it. We need a person who is knowledgeable about all manners of riddles and puzzles. I know it all, huh? Precisely. In the meantime, I'll file this away for safekeeping. Do you think the dropped anything else? Let's see what we get to examine here, if there's anything that worthwhile. Noah's Bar, all animals are welcome, except mosquitoes. You bloodsuckers can go get your fix someplace else. Noah feels pretty strongly about mosquitoes, huh? Well, he has a point. I'm not saying all mosquitoes are bloodsuckers, but I'm saying they're not sending their best. Well, Falcon, keep it classy. I'm just stating facts and logic. Does that lamp look broken to you? Yep. I think all the lamps on this street have been vandalized. The ground is covered in glass from broken panes. Oh, that explains why my foot is hurting. God damn it, Sparrowson. It does? There's glass in the sole of my shoe. I must have trodden on some shards while chasing after the croque monsieur. Oh no, my good shoes are ruined. Well, I wouldn't say good. You paid 20 cents for them. Filed this way in the evidence folder. You want me to file away the broken glass? Yep. I'm filing an official formal complaint to the government. Their faulty street lamp has just ruined my shoes, and I am owed compensation. The government officials have better things to do than worry about your 20-cent shoes, Sparrowson. We'll see about that. Weird. You satisfied? We've got real evidence to find. I see hanging bushel of onions. Bushels? That can't be right. It's sprigs. Sprigs of onions. How about bundles of onions? That's pretty neutral. Confederacies of onions. Okay, we're done. Blocks of onions? We're done. Sign is difficult to read. Paint has faded. Trottle fruitier? Tu Cadell Fourier. There's no way it says that. You may have just made those words up. All words are made up, Falcon. When did this come out? When did this come out? I'm curious. Clicking intensifies. Click, click, click. The game predates the movie, but did Act 3... I don't know why I care about this so much. I'm curious. It looks like it did predate the movie completely. I wonder if the movie is a reference. Interesting. All words are made up, Falcon. I think that's it for this area. Oh, there's something else. An empty cart. Somebody has scrawled the words Descartes on it. The owner's name, perhaps? I don't think so, Falcon. See the graffiti on the wall behind you? Des Wall. Somebody thinks Des Funny. That's great. That's just great. Guess we can always come back if we think we've forgotten something. A new day. Oh, La Lion. La Lion, La Lion. Look, the Alliance are involved, Kyle. Is the room to your liking, mademoiselle? Don't call me that. My apologies, madam. What are your thoughts? Is the room suitable? Dark, it's cramped. It's more than a little macabre, but it will do. Excellent. I've hired private security to guard the entrance 24 hours a day. Rest assured, your weapons are safe. Tell me, Friar, are we doing the right thing? Of course we are, madam. There cannot be change without bloodshed. No revolution without revolution. What? Surely you aren't having second thoughts. Of course not. I want nothing more than to serve justice to the corrupted rulers of this country. When the time comes, I'll be the one to pull the trigger. The lions are involved. Alright. Wish they would let us look at our evidence folder on this screen. We need to get some stuff for the guy. And we need to find someone that would know about the Sleeping City. The Sleeping City might be the library now. Workshop. Cathedral. Les Halles, and we need to get bait and a pot. Should we go to... First we'll go to talk to... where was his name? The guy at the library. I feel like that's the way to go. If the guy at the library is not the way to go to find out about the Sleeping City, we're going to do the side quest for the inventor first. Although the inventor might be the guy that knows about stuff. A little know-it-all. Let's go to the library first. Do you think Nathan likes riddles? Of course, all librarians like riddles. Whoa, generalizing. Seems like a bit of a stereotype, that's all I'm saying. Stereotype or not, we have to hope that it's true. That boffin is our best chance at getting to the bottom of this. Time to put our plate faces on. He's here now. Good day, Dormio and Dormio. Who's Dormio? Why, good day, monsieur. It's a pleasure to see you again on this fine day. Tell me, kind monsieur, do you like riddles? Of course. Here's one for you, sirs. What has 2 mouths, 4 ears, yet talks twice as much as it listens? That's us. You. It's you, sirs. You come in here, yammering and yelling, never stopping to close your beaks for 1 minute. Oh, haha. Very good, sir. Laugh, Sparrowson. We need to get into his good books. Ha ha ha. I don't know what the hell that was. What was that? Sorry. I can't fake laugh. Oh my god. Stop this farce. You sirs obviously have some inane riddle that you want solving, so let's hear it. Go on. Spit it out. Alright, well, if we were to say there's a place called the Sleeping City in Paris, where would it be? That's a new one. The Sleeping City. Got it! Really? Of course, the riddle was trivially easy. There are plenty of locations that could be called the Sleeping City, but only one place that earns that title in Paris. Oh? And where would that be? We know the answer, of course, obviously. We're just fact-checking to make sure you got it right. Think it through, sirs. What kind of city is only inhabited by those who sleep all day and all night? I got it! Spain! Goddamn, you really hate the Spaniards, don't you, Sparrow? Don't be daft, Sparrowson. Spain isn't a city, but perhaps the sir is referring to the capital of Spain, Madrid. Nice, sleepy place. Spain? Madrid? You two are remarkably dense, aren't you? Sleep is a metaphor. It's one of the oldest and most powerful metaphors in the history of literature. It symbolizes death itself. The Sleeping City obviously refers to a city of the dead, a necropolis. Think, messieurs, think. Use your puny avian brains. Do we have any necropolises in Paris? I mean, sure, there would be, right? Of course, the catacombs, the winding tunnels of the dead that lie beneath our feet. Very good, sir. That is the first semi-intelligent thing you have managed to say all day. You have more questions, don't you? Oh, yes. Haha. Can you give us a brief rundown on the history of the catacombs? Sigh. I don't know why I said sigh as a word. The cemeteries of Paris were overflowing by the end of the last century. It was a mess from what I hear. To create space, King Louis XVI ordered for old skeletons to be excavated. So with a little renovation and many years of hard work, the mines were successfully turned into a subterranean mausoleum. So what? It's basically a grave for a few thousand skeletons? Millions, more like. Don't underestimate the size of the tunnels, messieurs. Is he going to let us know how we can get in? I know that bourgeois like to tour the catacombs, don't they? Correct. It was quite the bourgeois tourist hotspot some 20 years ago. But if you were hoping to pay a visit, you're too late. The church had all entrances sealed, but shut fairly recently. Why would the church do that? Believe it or not, they considered the turning of the mausoleum into a tourist attraction to be in poor taste. Oh right. They shut down all the entrances? Really? Surely there's to be 1 or 2 left untouched. If there is such an entrance, it is not public knowledge. I see. I think we're done here for now. Thank you for your time, monsieur. Good day. The Sleeping City really is the Paris catacombs, then there must be some way to get in. An underground tunnel network would probably be connected to the city sewers, right? So we just need to find the right manhole, and boom, we're in spooky, scary Skeleton Town. It's a good idea. Maybe it connects to the sign? Perhaps some swimming is in order. You two dunces are going to get yourselves killed. If you really wish to visit the catacombs, you would be best off asking those responsible for the closures. The dead people? Oh my god. The church, monsieur. The church would know if any unsealed entrances still exist. Oh, right. Oh, jeez. We did see a bunch of construction at the church. So we go to do the inventor side quest before we go to the church. I don't know how much time we have, though. Let's go to the church. Did you sneak out to the Louvre again? Kept telling you, brother. But the good word must be spread, my brother. We need as many supporters as possible. No more sulking in the shadows, no more cowering in the dark. We must rise up against our oppressors. Oh, but before I get, here's your pen back. I borrowed it. Oh! So he's not a twin brother, he literally is just the judge, is he? No wonder we couldn't find him in the, prison. Again? This is what happened to yours. I lost it. So careless. Don't sweat the petty things, brother. Let's focus on removing the obstacles that stand in the way of our father's dream. Right, like the annoying little bird who's been poking at his beak in our business. He's dangerously close to uncovering our secret. You want me to take care of him? It would be in our interests. I have a trap in mind, but... Ah, someone's coming. Go hide. And it's the people you want to trap. Ah, my brothers have returned. What can I do for you today? A confession, perhaps? Actually, Friar, we're here for information. We want to learn about the catacombs that lie under Paris. The catacombs? You don't want to go there, brother. It's a wretched and haunted place. I'm sure it is, but we know that the church was responsible for having the entrances sealed shut. So we figured that maybe there's a super secret friar-only entrance you know about. Secret entrance? That's an interesting idea. You know, you're not the first birds to have asked about that. We aren't? Yes, yes. Cock paid us a visit yesterday. Perfect posture, a snooty one-eyed and scowling. The first, a prosecutor, I think he said he was. Anyway, I'll tell you the same thing I told him. If you venture into the catacombs, you will not return. Understood. Well, is that a threat? No, no. Just a friendly word of caution. We wouldn't want anyone to get lost in the endless maze, would we? Now, if you two will excuse me, I have a sermon to prepare. Be on your way. Damn, another dead end. Maybe it's time to wrap this up. We can go tell the inspector what we found out and call it a day. Don't quit just yet. I managed to take something out from the friar's pocket when he gave his little warning. Pickpocketing again, Sparrowson? We love it. Love to see it. Seriously? Again? This is coming with something of a bad habit for you. Well, go on then. Let's see what you pilfered. A pen. You found this pen? In the friar's robes? Yep. Interesting. Actually, this is more than interesting. This is amazing. This is the exact same pen that Judge Romulus uses. It even contains the same green ink. Huh? Do you think it's exactly the same pen? Or do you think Romulus and Remus just have a matching set? I honestly don't know. But I do know this may come in handy. I'm going to keep hold of it. Still at a dead end, though. My gut tells me that the friar is hiding something, but I can't get him to cough up. It's not like we can beat the information out of him. Let's just go do other stuff, and maybe we'll stumble across some more clues. Maybe you're right. Let's go. Do we do the inventor side quest first, then? Les Hallows to buy a copper pot and perhaps some bait. Okay, so we need a copper pot and a piece of string. What options do we have? I see Sacha Spider's silverware store. Too pricey. Let's take it down a notch. Okay, how about that place over there? Harry Hippopotamus's Pottery and Haberdashery. That name just rolls off the tongue. Still too pricey. We're buying for a mad scientist, not for the Queen of England. What about that? Rue's Odds and Ends. Looks cheap. I can even see a copper pedal in the back. Now we're talking. Excuse me, madame. Wait, those two look familiar. I recognize you. Weren't you two begging outside of Chateau Criniere a couple of weeks ago? Yeah, that was us. Thanks for your generosity, sir. We put your money to good use, see? We started a business at Rue's Odds and Ends. We sell everything. I suppose congratulations are in order. It's no small feat to pull yourself out of the streets in today's economy. So, do we get a discount? Discount? Well, we did help you kickstart your little enterprise. I suppose we are investors of sorts. Wow. They would take credit for that. Ugh. Yeah. Sorry, messieurs. No discounts. You gave us a donation out of the generosity of your hearts. Because you're such nice people. But maybe we can help you out. What is it you wanted? We see a copper kettle on your stall. How much is it? 30 francs. Do we try to bargain? That's half of our money. I don't know if we're going to try to bargain with the people. Let's try. 30 tanks for a kettle? That's far too much. But this kettle is super fancy, see? Look at all them engravings. It's nice and stout. Look at the handle. Look at the spout. With something like this, you can sip your tea while pretending to be a hoity-toity bourgeoisie. Yes, it's very fancy, but that's still more than we can afford. How does 20 francs sound? I'm not bartering, monsieur. It's 30 francs or nothing. Alright, I guess we'll take it. Alright, we'll take it. Here's your money. And here's your kettle. Pleasure doing business with you, monsieur. Was there anything else? I kind of want to get the string from the fisherman with bait, but how do we get bait? Do you have any string or fishing line? Here you go. A nice long reel of strong thread. Looks to be about 10 meters or so. Would that work? Think so. How much? 15 francs. Where would we get bait, though? She doesn't want to bargain, so I'll take it. Just so we can save time having to go find bait. Here's your string. Pleasure doing business. Was there anything else? We're done. Alright, let's go to the inventor's house. Come in. Ah, it's you two. Have you managed to gather the materials I need? Yes, sir. The string and a copper bot. Exactly as you described. Here you go. What? What is this, a fancy kettle? It's made of copper, I suppose, but what an odd choice. It was a little tricky to procure the necessary items, but with a bit of asking around, we managed to find suitable substitutes. There's a general store down the street that sells string and discounted copper glass and the like. I assumed you would have gone shopping there. Then why didn't you tell us about it? Well, no matter. Give me 1 minute and I'll finish assembling the device. Violence. What is it? Ta-da! May I proudly present to you Gustave Trude Magnificent Explorer Extractor a Surgical Device. Trademarked, patent pending. Looks like a pair of kitchen tongs you hooked up to a stewing pot. Agreed. I wasn't expecting something so low tech and, well, bad. Perhaps a demonstration is in order. 1 moment, if you please. Stalkin'. That thing looks like junk. This whole fetch quest has been a waste of time. I suspect that the man was delusional from the very start. It would explain why he was being treated by a mental health professional. There's nothing to be done, though. Let's just humor Gustave until we get an opportunity to leave. Cut our losses. What about my medical debt? Time for a demonstration. Get ready to have your stockings blown off, messieurs. Ahem, so here we have one piece of regular meat. Imagine, if you will, that this is a soldier. Okay. That meat is a soldier. An oddly shaped, potentially tasty soldier. And here we have a small piece of iron. Imagine, if you will, oh no, that the iron is inside the soldier. There are soldiers wandering on the battlefield, not a care in the world, when all of a sudden, bam! A person has been shot. The musket ball has been embedded in the man's flesh. I'm scared, Falcon. He slammed that metal in the meat like a madman. Quick, messieurs, you're a battlefield medical. The soldier is wounded. You have precious little time. What do we do? Too late, he's gone. Think your patient's dead on the operating table, sir. He's just a slab of meat now. Use your imagination, messieurs. I'm imagining it lightly fried in garlic butter. Okay, no more imaginations. Most battlefield medics would have opted for careful surgery. They would use a scalpel to carefully cut out the bullet. Now here you wondering, Mr. Trouvé, surely there must be a better way. I wasn't. Well, wonder no more. Behold, the Explorer Extractor. Watch as I power up the device. And then, as I move the detector component over the meat... Is that thing humming? It is, monsieur. When the electromagnetic component of the Explorer Extractor detects a piece of iron, the device vibrates and elicits a soft hum. I must say, I'm actually impressed, monsieur. A device that can detect metal beneath flesh? That's innovative. I've never heard of such a thing before. Yeah, why limit to battlefield surgery? You could repurpose that thing to a treasure hunting device. That would make you really rich. Hold your horses, messieurs, hold your horses. I'm not done yet. You've seen only half the device's capabilities, the exploration part. Now you witness the second part. Is it going to rip the bullet out of the meat? Ugh. Extraction. Oh my god. Did that thing just... Yep, suck that bullet out like a pip from a grapefruit. Behold, the original piece of iron removed swiftly and precisely from the flesh. So what do you think? Pretty revolutionary, huh? I think that meat looks a lot less appetizing than before. It's practically exploded. I have no idea what to think. Monsieur Trouvé, you are a strange and mildly terrifying individual, but I cannot fault the innovation of your device. We shall pass it along to Dr. Filaret and let him decide its worth. Ah, thank you. I'm sure the good doctor will approve. I'm hungry. Let's pick up some steaks on the way back to the office. Really? After witnessing that? Let's not. Oh my. Uh-oh. February 9th, and we're forced to go somewhere. We do have a metal detector now. The only step we had left that we could know to do was to go see the doctor. But I think we have to go here now. We do have a metal detector. That might be helpful. There he is. That's the rooster who shot the croque monsieur. Oh, did the cock shoot the croque? Oh no. I think we're getting close to unraveling this whole rebellion nonsense. Oh, is the trial we're gonna have to do to be defending the cock? Huh. Maybe. Let's not dawdle, Sparrowson. We're nearly there. Alright, let me just deal with this letter first. Spam? I don't think so. It's from Cock. Severin? Well, go ahead, Sparrowson. Let's hear it. JJ, if this letter reaches you uninterrupted, then it means that I've been captured or likely killed by the rebels. What? Last evening, the inspector gave me a tip-off of a midnight trade between the rebels and the Croque Monsieur en route de Marmousettes. I intended to watch from the shadows, but I know that such a mission is a dangerous one. Wish me luck. I think if this is the last correspondent you ever hear from me, then I suppose I should end on a positive note. Falcon, you're a good friend and an excellent lawyer. I am sorry for belittling you all these years. Kind regards, Severin Cock. Sag? Is this for real? There's no way. This letter has to be some sort of setup. It's Severin's handwriting. Where do you think he is? I don't know. Why would he go alone? I don't know. We have to help him, right? I don't know. I mean, if that was trade at midnight last night, and it's 10 o'clock now, he might still be okay. Opium. Maybe. I don't know. Come on, Falcon. Pull yourself together. We've got to act fast while there's still time on the clock. Sparrowson, I have a bad feeling in my gut. Well, yeah, me too. This letter's terrifying stuff. No, you don't understand. I know that if Severin isn't already dead now, he will be very soon, and there's nothing we can do about it. What are you talking about? You don't know that. I do. I'm certain. We've messed up. We've missed something. We've overlooked something vital, and now Severin's fate is sealed. You're spouting defeatist nonsense. Come on, Falcon. Let's go visit the Rue de Marmosets. We might find a clue. So I guess the time deadline was February 9th, probably? Come on, Sparrowson, keep up. No time for wheezing. That cock was last seen around here, and there has to be a clue nearby. Right. Select an area to examine. There's some blood stains on the ground. There's a pool of blood here. It looks fresh. Cocks? I see drag marks heading down towards that tunnel which leads straight to the scene. If I had to guess, someone was killed here last night, and their body was hastily disposed of in the river. But I see several foots of bloody footprints, too. Some are faint, but they head that way towards the main road. So he could still be alive? Let's see where the footprints go. They go to Notre Dame, of course. Here? The footsteps led right into Notre Dame? It seems that way. Unbelievable. Where's that friar when you need one? Forget the friar. Let's keep following the blood trail and see where it ends up. Wait a minute, Falcon. Shouldn't we get the police involved before we go any further? Police can't be trusted. You remember what Severin wrote in his letter. The inspector was the one who gave him the tip-off. Huh? What are you saying? Do you think the police are in on this? At this point, anything's possible. We have to stay focused on the trial. Oh, the trail. I was like, trial? What trial? Hey, wait up! That way leads straight down to... Quack! Man, I'm famished. When is that mouthy parrot gonna relieve me of duty so I can grab a snack? The trail keeps going. Hey, isn't that the jailkeeper? Quack? It's Quark, you dummies. I had no idea you were a religious man, sir. I'm not. I had a career change. Private security pays much better than jail keeping, you know. Sir, we don't have much time, so I'll keep it brief. We're following a trail that leads to the door behind you. We need you to let us pass. The door behind me? Ha, you idiots. That door leads straight to the catacombs. You don't want to go there. Catacombs? And besides, just because I know how to get in doesn't mean I'm just going to let you pass. I've got a job to do. I have integrity. I promised to act as a guard. That's what I'm doing. You want a bribe, don't you? Bingo. What do you got? Here's my fist. Here's 10 francs. Here's a present. I don't think I have any presents that would be good for him. I guess we'll have to go with the 10 francs. I don't think that I don't expect Falcon can win a fight against Quark. Here, for your troubles. 10 francs? What are you trying to insult me? I don't have 10 more. Not giving you any more money. I'm going to offer you something else. Here's a present. I don't have anything to eat, so they wanted to us to have brought something to eat. Can I give you the book? Here you go, eat this book. What the hell is this? I don't want your useless junk. Give me something good. Here's my fist. Hey, what are you doing? Sir, perhaps I wasn't clear. I'm short on both time and patience. Are you going to tell us pass? Or do I have to beat you until you're unable to stop us? Jeez, no need to get violent, big guy. You can pass. Alright, maybe Falcon would be the type to just beat people up. Door's right behind me. Go on. That's the door to the catacombs? It's that simple? Yeah, it's that simple. Are you expecting a hidden bookcase or something? Go on, go look. what idiots. They're walking straight into a pitch-black maze without even a torch. I wonder, will they get lost and starve, or will they find the crazy lion girl and get shot? Either way, ain't my problem. Upon entering the doorway, Falcon and Sparrowson find themselves at the top of a stone staircase that spirals into the abyss below. Here goes nothing? They begin the descent. I know an underground passage would be dark, but this is ridiculous. I can't even see the hand in front of my face. Just keep putting one foot in front of the other, Sparrowson. I think that was the last step. Now it's just twisted tunnels ahead of us. I should take up smoking. If I smoked, I would have a match right now, and we'd be able to see where we're going. Plus, you know, all the health benefits, and I would probably be calmer. Keep it together, Sparrowson. I know, I'll unravel this loose thread. We can trace the string back to find our way back if we reach a dead end. Ah, good thinking, just like Theseus and the Minotaur. Wait, there aren't any Minotaurs in here, are there? Head of a bull, body of a bull. I guess in a world where everyone is an animal person, a man that normally has the head of a bull would have the head of a bull and a body of a bull, wouldn't it? Huh. Is that just Sparrowson being weird, or is that actually how a Minotaur would be in this world with everyone as an animal person? That's not... Actually, never mind. Feels like there's a gap in the wall here. Guess it's I guess the path branches. I guess it's not how it would be. Falcon seems to think that that would be wrong. I was wondering if that was just how it would be in this world. I can feel a slight breeze coming from the passage to the left. The air seems a little more stagnant to the right. I mean, we want to go deeper into the catacombs? The breezy would be the exit, right? You would think. Or should we go the breezy way because there would be another exit? Let's go stagnant, sure. The air must get more stagnant the deeper we travel into the tunnels. Let's press onward. Hey Falcon, I don't want to dump on you or anything, but when you threatened Quark back there, it was pretty scary. Scary? Not really. Quark's all talk. I knew there was no chance he would fight back. No, I wasn't scared of Quark. You. I found you scary. Never seen you get so angry before. Everyone's life's on the line, Sparrowson. Forgive me for showing a little emotion. Sorry, I didn't mean it like that. ... Oh, it looks like the path branches again. Are my eyes going funky from the darkness, or is there a glimmer of light coming from the right path? No, I see it too. There's definitely some light on that side. Follow the light path, right? Oh. Definitely getting lighter. I can see my hands again. But that might just mean we're getting closer to an exit, right? Maybe this has all been a wild goose chase. Hush. Listen. Voices? Voices. We're getting close. Wait, Falcon, aren't you scared? Terrified. There they are. I'll ask one more time. What is your name? Oh, they got them all tied up and beaten, eh? Are you with the police? The Royal Guards? Speak, bird. He ain't saying shit. Man, Beaumont, we've been here all night, and he simply ain't talking. He didn't react to coaxing. He didn't react to torture. Maybe it's time to, you know, administer some justice. Justice. Huh. That word. Ah, the rooster finally crows. You want to know who I am? Fine. My name is Severin Kokorio. I am a member of the court and a lawyer. Well, Sevy, it's been a pleasure, but we can't be having spies running around our base of operations now, can we? So without further ado, I hereby sentence you to... Wait a minute, Piero. This is no ordinary spy. Is he a prosecutor? No, because he's the bastard who condemned my father 10 years ago. Whoa, are you sure? I had my suspicions when I saw his smug air of arrogance, his holier-than-thou glare. But now that I know his name and occupation, there's no doubt. Yep, cock. Do you remember, Bird? Do you remember the trial of the homeless lion in the winter of 1835? They had a trial like it's a homeless lion? What was your father's name? Jean Beaumar. What were his crimes? His only crime was trying to feed a starving child. He took a handful of vegetables from our grocery stand, not out of greed, but out of sheer desire to see me survive. But he was seen by a policeman, another arrogant cockerel like yourself, actually. So my father was thrown in jail. He was dragged to court. I had the privilege of watching the proceeding from the stands. I remember your sharp words. This man is a thief. This man is a scoundrel. He deserves the harshest punishment possible for his crimes. You don't care about the consequence. You didn't care about why my father did what he did. All you cared about was fulfilling your lust to see a criminal behind bars. My father received a sentence of 5 years. He died on his third. Sad. You remember him? Mademoiselle, in all my days as a prosecutor, I have seen over thousands of cases. I'm not going to remember a single bread thief. You rotten coward. We're all just insects to you, aren't we? Who cares if a child starves on the streets as long as you put enough criminals behind bars to meet your quota, right? Your silence speaks volumes of your guilt. Severin Cock, you have been tried by the people of the Second Republic. We have found you guilty on the counts of conspiracy, of the murder of the Coq-Monsieur, and of the murder of my father, Jean Beaumont. Oh, I have been found guilty. Mademoiselle, if you want to shoot me so you can fulfill your revenge fantasies, then by all means shoot me. Don't pretend for a moment that this mob resembles a court of justice in any form. Court of justice? Now there's a contradiction. Bird, you know nothing of justice. Frere Remus, read this man his rights. With pleasure, madam. We have to make a move. Say something. Let's speak up. See if we get shot too. Alright, I'm going in. I'm coming too. No. I need you to get out of here. Go find the police, Royal Guard, anyone. I'll stall for time. Falcon! Okay, I'll go get help. Do you have any last words? Just pull the bloody trigger and be done with it. Wait. Wait. Ain't got nothing, eh? He's right. This is a terrible trial. There's no evidence, no defense, no examination of the facts. You've dragged a man off the streets and decided his fate purely based on your own prejudice and whims. Who the cluck does this birdbait think he is? I am this man's defense attorney. I am J.J. Falcon. J.J., what are you doing here? Defense attorney? You're a raven loony is what you are. Or a spy. I've seen this monsieur eavesdropping on our conversations before. He cannot be trusted. Everyone, please hear me out. Who are we appealing to? I want to say either Pierre or Frere. We complimented Pierrot's hat. Maybe he likes us. Pierrot, we've only met on a couple of occasions, but you seem like a good person. You what, mate? You don't know that. Punch you in the gabbis, swear on me mum. You don't know the first thing about me. Well, regardless, surely you see something wrong with executing a man without a trial. Pfft, nah. We need a better France where all are treated as equals. Blood's gotta be spilled to do that. You see, Falcon? This man's death is inevitable. For the good of France, and in the name of justice, he must be killed. Justice. There's that word again. Madame, I don't presume to know who you are or what you stand for, but shooting this man right now would not bring you justice. It would only serve to satisfy your desire for revenge. Justice? Revenge? What's the difference? Rationality, I think, is the only difference, yeah. I don't think due process technically makes the difference between justice and revenge. Due process can happen and still not get justice. Fairness doesn't really matter because sometimes justice isn't fair. So I'd say rationality. Rationality, madame. Justice is carried out on the basis of hard facts and logics. It isn't distracted by petty emotions. Even putting aside my emotions, I can see this bird's guilt. Then this is your opportunity to prove it, madame. Show that you're a leader who acts with reason, not brute irrationality. Madame, surely you aren't entertaining the words of this heathen. Fine, Falcon. We'll play this your way. We shall have a formal trial for the murder of the croque-monsieur. Excellent. Shall we head back to my office and file the necessary papers? Nice try, dude. Don't take me for a fool. You'll walk us right into a trap. We shall have the trial right here and now. Right here? In the catacombs? It's as good a place as any. I suppose we'll be needing a judge. Piero. I volunteer. No thanks, Piero. We're trying to form a courtroom, not a circus. Aww. Just go see how security's doing, Piero. We don't want any more spies wandering in. Righty-o! Perhaps I can help, madame. You know that I'm a pious man, after all. Okay, Remus. You can be our judge, and I will lead the prosecution. What about the jury? With due respect, I don't trust your peers to be impartial. Look around you. As we speak, we are being judged and watched by countless dead men and women. They shall be our jury. That may work as a metaphor, but in practical terms... In practical terms, it is me you have to convince, Falcon. Convince me that this bird is not guilty. After all, I am the one who holds the gun. Well, looks like we're ready to get started. The trial of Severin Coq is underway. He stands accused of the murder of the man known as Croque-Monsieur in cold blood. Madame Beaupart, explain the details of what happened. Very well. Last night, at the stroke of midnight, 2 gunshots were heard on the Rue des Marmosettes. Piero alerted us, and we managed to arrive before the police did. On the scene, I saw the man known as the Croque-Monsieur, a good friend of ours, lying in a pool of his own blood. Standing over the body, I saw the murderer, Severin Coq, still clutching his murder weapon. Am I to understand that you did not witness the crime firsthand, madam, that you only saw the aftermath? Yes, but one of us did happen to see the incident itself. Ma'am Beaufort, I found this here pigeon running around our tunnels. Oh, sparrow. I guess there's no backup coming. I am no pigeon, monsieur. He's a spy in any case. What say I execute him right now? It's alright, he's with me. With you? He's my assistant. He carries my bags and stuff. Falcon, I trust that you do not have any other assistants lurking around the corner. No, madame. Then take your lackey out of my sight. Getting intense? Psst, Falcon. What is it? Saw someone lurking in the catacombs. I think he was watching us from the shadows. Another rebel? I don't know. But he got spooked when he saw me and he dropped this. What's this? A political pamphlet? Cult pamphlet has been added to your evidence folder. Well, I best get back to patrols then. Not so fast, Piero. You witnessed the crime firsthand, did you not? I did, ma'am. Then you can be our first witness. Go stand in the center. Okie dokie. Piero's a little bit cracked. Do I need to say an oath or something? That won't be necessary. We trust you. Just tell us what you saw last night, Piero. Okie dokie. I saw it plain as day. Croque-Monsieur just minding his own business on the Rue de Marmosettes, when all of a sudden this here brute off a rooster appeared with his gun in hand. Bam! The rooster fired. The croc slumped to the floor. Using the last of his strength, the Croque-Monsieur drew his own gun. Bam! The croc fired back. So to clarify, well, the cock shot first. Yes, ma'am. No question there. What happened next? Well, I knew you guys, Fontaine, Remus, and you, ma'am, were only a stone's throw away at the cathedral, so I ran to get your help. We all arrived back on the scene maybe a minute after I left. And there we saw a dead Croque-Monsieur and the murdered Severin. Thank you for your testimony. It's nothing, ma'am. You see, Falcon, Piero was not the sharpest knife in the kitchen. Do that. But he's honest to a fault. I would trust his words with my own life. I don't trust the man's honesty, madame. Nonetheless, I would like to cross-examine the witness. Cross-examine? What does that mean? I don't claim to be an expert of the law. That's always my brother's role in the family, but I think a cross-examination means that Falcon would like to waste our time by asking pointless questions. Actually, it means I would like to make sure that Piero's story holds up under scrutiny. Yes, I will be asking questions, but only questions that directly relate to the case at hand. Clearly a pointless calling tactic. Shall we put an end to the trial? No, we will let the bird have his little cross-examination. But I'm warning you, Falcon, don't mess with me. Don't mess with you? If I get the slightest inkling you're rambling to stall for time, I will end this trial on the spot. Do I make myself clear? Start questioning Croc's shoe size or the color of Croc's Monsieur's underwear, and I'll lose my patience. Yeah, I get it. Plain as day, but it was at night. All of a sudden, his rooster appeared with his gun in hand. Bam, the rooster fired. Croc moves down, drew his own gun. Bam. You claim you saw the incident plain as day. Yep, plain as day. Piero, I would like to remind you that this crime occurred around midnight in February on an overcast moonless night in an unlit alley. What's your point? It would have been dark, so dark that you could not possibly have correctly identified the people involved. Hey, I swear I saw what I saw. Hold on, Falcon, you slipped up. You say that the alley was unlit, but I distinctly recall there being lanterns all over Rue de Marmosets, but they're broken. Oh, that's right, that's right. We've in La Ville Lumière. There's a gas lamp on every street. You're right, Madame Beaufort. There are street lamps all over Rue de Marmosets. They wouldn't have been any good. Take a look at this. You're saying, this is how you know the street lamps were broken? I don't quite follow. Well, you see, you picked the wrong piece of evidence, don't you? What do you mean? That was the broken light glass from the street lights. How is that the wrong piece of evidence? No, that's not the wrong piece of evidence. What? Game, you're wrong about this. Are you trying to toy with me? I don't appreciate it. Explain yourself, Falcon. Why do you think the street lights over Rue de Marmoset were broken? But that is the reason. Glass shards from Rue de Marmosets, they originated from broken street lamps. Why do you think the street lamps were broken? Did I click on the wrong thing before? Street lamps are broken, they're completely non-functional. As proof, I've presented the glass shards that line the alleyways. These shards originate from the planes of broken glass. And I've still got seals in the soles of my shoe. Double proof. I must have clicked the wrong thing the first time somehow. Those glass shards could come from anywhere. You could send one of your underlings to see the broken lamps for themselves if you want. And waste more time? I think not. This sounds like a stalling tactic. Excuse me, Madame Beaufort. I don't remember whether the street lamps were broken or not, but I do remember we had to use a torch to light up the scene. Hey, whose side are you on? I'm just saying, Falcon may be right. It was particularly dark, so it's possible that there weren't any lit street lamps. Saying I'm a liar? I thought we were buddies. Stop quiggling, both of you. Maybe the lamps were broken, maybe they weren't. It doesn't really matter. This is the farce of a trial anyways. I know that Pierre's testimony is accurate because I personally saw the rooster at the crime scene 1 minute after Piero did. 1 minute? That's plenty of time for the real murderer to escape, or a passerby to stumble into the scene, is it not? You must fully acknowledge that it is a possibility. I acknowledge nothing. There is an inkling of doubt. You know that there's a slight notion that Piero may be misremembering what he saw. Don't badger the prosecution, Monsieur Falcon. I wasn't badgering. On to the next witness. Madame Beaumont, do you have anyone in mind? I must have clicked on the wrong thing. Is that really going to affect the judgment in the end? I almost want to just reload. I do. There's someone among us who's something of a gun connoisseur. A man who knows everything there is to know about the craft of weaponry. Oh, that's me again. Shut up, Piero. Get off the stand. Yes, ma'am. I'll call Fontaine forward. Very well. Now, Fontaine, is it true you're a gun specialist? Well, I hate to brag, but yes, I know about guns, their mechanics, the beauty. You ever heard about the revolver mechanisms America is distributing? Fontaine, let's stick to the guns that were found at the crime scene. Tell us about those. All right, very well. This is the gun found on Severin Cox's person at the time of arrest. Standard issue percussion lock, gendarmerie pistol, and some measurements. The police and soldiers carry these dull things. It's a gun that says, I am a reliable man of the law. That sounds like our Cock. Does it? Cox always told me that the riding crock was his self-defense weapon of choice. It's strange that he had the gun in the first place. And this was the gun found on the Croque Monsieur's corpse, clutched tightly in his hands. Turnover pistol, double-barreled, ivory handle, 20cm length, 13mm caliber. This is an exquisite and highly customized gun. It's one of a kind. Whoever used this weapon knew their stuff. The Croque Monsieur was a legendary arms dealer. It's no surprise that his personal weapon would be something so flamboyant. Turnover pistol, sure. But what's really the ammunition? See, the bore of the pistol has been fitted with a set of grooves. Please stop, Fontaine. I didn't call you up here to show off your gun knowledge. Yes, you did. You literally did. Tell us what you uncovered when you examined the Croque Monsieur's bullet wound. All right. Well, a lead bullet was embedded in the middle of the Croque Monsieur's sternum and appeared to have a straight angle of entry. So in other words, the Croque Monsieur was facing his killer when he was shot. That's right. The other interesting point was that the Croque Monsieur's outer clothes were singed. It's typical in occurs if a person is close enough to a gunshot to be directly burned by the gun's muzzle flash. How close does a person have to be burned by a muzzle flash? Less than 3 meters, I would say. 5 at the very most. There is no chance there was a rogue sniper on the rooftops. The Croque Monsieur's killing was standing in the Rue de Marmosets themselves. As plainly evident, only one person was found at the time of the incident. Prosecutor Cocorico. Well said, madame. I think you just unequivocally proved this bird's guilt. Not so fast. I would like to cross-examine the witness. I don't think so. You're overstepping your bounds, bird. Let the lawyer try, Remus. When he fails, there will be absolutely no doubt to anyone in this room that Cock is nothing but a bloodthirsty murderer. What do we have for this? We have this, we can pull a bullet out. Fontaine, you said that Croque Monsieur was shot in the chest at a straight, right-on angle. May I have a diagram? Yeah, let's do that. Dramatic forensics recreations. No, you can't have a diagram, you bloody idiots. I do not have the patience to watch you draw lines on a chalkboard. I do on the on a chalkboard to work out the location of a mythical second shooter. Use your heads. The gunman was standing right in front of the crocodile. Right, of course. See, then why didn't you just say that? Here's the diagram of them standing directly in front. Is it at all possible that the bullet was reflected, bounced off a piece of metal perhaps? Well, that sort of thing can happen. I've heard soldiers getting shot in the back from bullets deflecting off cannons and debris and whatnot. So, it could have happened here? Well, Falcon, are you saying you actually know that the bullet reflected off something, or are you just speculating? It's a realistic possibility. Perhaps Croque Monsieur shot first, and the bullet reflected off the wall behind Cocorico. Or maybe someone else was standing down the alleyway, and they took carefully aimed bounce shot to frame Cocorico. Ridiculous! Even the best gunman in the world wouldn't be able to do such a thing. Agreed. Not to mention that this theory is at odds with the rest of our established evidence. If either of these stories were true, what singed the Croque Monsieur's clothing? His own gun? I don't know. Of course you don't. Scowls. Maybe you should think before exploit open back up. Do you have another question about the bullet's angle? No. Not sure where we go with this, actually. Without having more information. Fontaine, you mentioned that Croc Monsieur's clothing were singed? Right. His vest and jacket were slightly burned from the close-range mortar blasts. I would like to see them. What, his clothes? Yes. Bring them out so I can do a proper examination of the evidence at hand. Falcon, you idiot. We didn't strip the Croque Monsieur down to his skivvies. We took his gun, and I think Pierrot took charge from his pockets, and then we left his body in the alley. Fully clothed, if that wasn't clear. Ah, I see. My mistake. I mean, that's destroying the evidence. Could the burn have been caused by something else? Like what? Ash from a cigar, perhaps. Well, I guess. Hold on, Fontaine. Falcon, are you saying you know the burns were caused by something else, or is this just blind guesswork? I mean, you're just blind guessing everything, though. I don't have any evidence that shows that it was caused by something else. It's important that we cover every possibility. Fine, but don't dilly-dally on the pointless details. It's getting us nowhere. Not gonna... I don't have any evidence that relates to it. Fontaine, I have a question regarding gendarmerie pistol. Huh, that's a good point. Is there any way to tell whether a gun has been recently fired? That is an excellent question. Yes, a couple of ways. For around a minute after firing, the pistol bearer is going to be hot to the touch. That's a dead giveaway. But could also check for gunpowder residue in the barrel and the chamber that would indicate that a gun has been fired since being cleaned. So by your analysis, would you say that Cockery's weapon was fired last night? It's difficult to say. None of us thought to check the pistol barrel temperature at the time of the incident, so we can't use that method. If I check for gunpowder residue now, well, I see a little in the barrel. It would indicate a recently fired weapon. So basically, you don't know whether this weapon was fired last night. No, monsieur. We cannot be certain Cockery even fired his gun, then this whole trial ought to be thrown out. Nice try, Falcon. Lecoq is still our prime suspect. He was standing over the Croque Monsieur's body with the weapon in his hands. If that gun's not the murder weapon, then what is? What's another question about his pistol then? Alright. Is it going to let me pull the bullet out? They won't let us pull the bullet out of the corpse because the corpse is not around. Pardon my ignorance, but I'm not a gun connoisseur like yourself. What do you mean by caliber? A gun's caliber is the width of its internal barrel and the width of the bullets that it fires. So you would use a 15mm wide bullet from a pistol with a 15mm wide barrel. That makes sense. Did the bullet embedded in the Croque Monsieur's chest match the caliber of Cocorico's pistol? I don't know for sure. I didn't have the time nor equipment to dig the bullet out of Croque Monsieur's chest. Besides, bullets fragment. It would be difficult to properly piece together a fired lead bullet to access its caliber with any accuracy. And it's possible the caliber of the bullet fired in Croque Monsieur's chest does not match the caliber in Cocorico's gun. I know the caliber doesn't match. I know the caliber could not possibly match. Interesting. Prove it. Well, I don't exactly have any evidence. My theory hinges on lack of evidence that calibers do match. Quit your tomfoolery, Falcon. If you make a claim, then I expect you to be able to back it up. Well, you don't even have the body. We could pull the bullet out of the body with the machine I got. Were we supposed to be able to go to check out the Croque Monsieur's body before we came here? Madame Beaumont scowls. He's flowering, madame. Agreed. I've heard enough of these rambling theories. Falcon, your respect for your comrade is admirable. But you fail to convince me of this bird's innocence. Madame Beaumont, I implore you, not another word. We humoured you, we set up a court and went through the motions of a trial, and now the rooster's guilt has been formally proven. We have more evidence! Enough, this trial is over. Severin Cock, you've been formally tried for the people of the Second Republic. We have found you guilty on the counts of a conspiracy of the murder of Croque Monsieur and the murder of my father. Madame, please! JJ, it's alright. I have made my peace. This is far from alright. Dying in the name of a new republic at the hands of the rebels? There are worse ways to go. It was good enough for Robespierre, right? Severin. Oh. He dead. Tend to the body, Piero. Yes, ma'am. You plan to kill us too? Why would I do that? You two have done nothing wrong. I see no reason to have you tried, let alone executed. Your mercy's admirable, madame, but I fear if I let these two go, they will tell the police everything. It would compromise us. No, we promised to keep our beaks shut. Ah, but we cannot trust the word of potential traitors. Madame, for the good of France, we must execute these birds right now. Some man of God you are. I hate to admit it, but you have a point, Remus. This is an unpleasant situation. What to do? Okay, I know. I'm gonna give you a choice. You have two options. The first, I shoot you. That's not something either of us particularly want, but it must be done. What's option number 2? You join us. We need lawyers to help bring the new republic into fruition. Your skills would be very much appreciated. Our skills? Somebody has to draft new laws. Somebody has to file paperwork to secure the new republic's internationally recognized legal status. Somebody has to persecute the officials who corrupted this country. Wouldn't that be a glorious job? You mean prosecute the Prime Minister? Or the King? We can discuss the specifics later. For now, I need to hear your answer. What will it be? I don't know. Rather die, I guess? I don't know. I would rather join you. We would love to join you. The rebels and the Aviary attorneys. What a team. I knew they were going to interrupt it. Sparrowson, this is serious. Let me talk. No, I know what you're about to say, and it was stupid. I'm not going to let you throw away both of our lives so you can satisfy your stupid pride. I refuse to work with the monster who murdered Severin. You don't have to be happy with the task, just play along. Are you two tongue conferring? We can't draw this out any longer. Fine, we'll work with you. Good, then a verbal contract is made. So, what happens now? Hero and Fontaine will lead you to La Carnarjoya. I will finish up here and meet you in 2 hours. Needless to say, they should be keeping a close watch on you. Don't even think about running. Of course. And we're done here. Fontaine, lead the way. Yes, madame. Come along, you two. Can't be trusting these filthy lawyers, madame. They'll all be plotting revenge for their dead friend at this very moment. I do trust them. Throughout the trial, I got the impression the Falcon was trying to de-escalate the situation, avoid violence. Such a viewpoint is naive, but it's exactly what we need in this revolution. They will betray you. If they are stupid enough to raise even one feather against me, they will regret it. That's the end of Act 3. I don't know. I do have some complaints about the way this game works. They give you some vague hints, and any one of like several places could be a possibility. And there's locations that should be helpful that you can only talk to the person at the location and nothing else. And it seems arbitrary, you know, like it's not completely logical what the thing that can help you is next. It's very arbitrary what's the next step. And it's like, you know, it's almost like a choose your own adventure novel. You're the right choice is not necessarily the right choice. It's just whatever. If you pick the right choice, then you've made the right choice type thing. It's the same as in like the choice game. They're like what's it called? Until Dawn. Like there's some of the choices that are very arbitrary. Like you can get people killed by just making an arbitrary choice, and it's not necessarily the wrong choice. You just, you know, you just pick a choice, and then when the game knows you don't have the pieces of evidence, they still make you pick pieces of evidence over and over again, instead of just like automatically being like, well, you don't have the evidence, now you're going to get the bad result. Which actually it results in a worse result, which is very weird. Like, oh, I know I don't have any yet pieces of evidence to prove any of these points, but we're gonna make you prove the point several times each before we let you progress about the arbitrary things that you missed. Like, I don't know. If anyone's read like Choose Your Own Adventure novels before, they know what you're talking about. I know what I'm talking about. I guess we'll finish Act 4 since we're most of the way through the game. But I have to say, it leaves a bad taste in your mouth the way I said the same thing at the end of the second trial. When you know you don't have a piece of evidence, especially when you know what the piece of evidence is, and they still make you pick 3 random pieces of evidence to try to prove a point, so that you can like stall. I don't know. It's real sequence break. Like it breaks your immersion for the story a lot when it happens like that. I do want to know what happens for the rest of the story. The game just started off a lot better than it is now. I do still want to finish the story though. I want to see what happens at least. Although it seems like there's multiple possible endings. You can come out now, brother. How did it go? Better than we ever hoped for. The rooster's dead, and the madame has tasted her first blood. Amazing. Completely worth getting shot for. See? A medicine falcon tried to disrupt the execution. Falcon? Really? That tenuous wretch. Don't worry, he floundered and bumbled around hopelessly. The madame thinks he's of some use, but he's really as good as dead. This is marvelous. Every piece is falling into place. Our dream will be reality in no time at all. To reason, brother. To reason. 4C, fraternity. I hope you don't harbor too much hate for the madame. I know that rooster was a friend, but the madame does what she does for the good of France. Boy oh boy, this is awkward. It is a bit. Perhaps a round of drinks are in order. After all, this is a tavern. What do you two say? Not thirsty. I mean no disrespect, but I'm not thirsty. Me either. I get it. You're both a little shaken by what you saw. Can we at least get you some wine? Just a small glass to calm the nerves? Fine. Whatever. Very good. Hero, fetch our guest some drinks. It's your round. My round? No way, it's your round. Turns don't matter. You still owe me for that omelet I generously paid for last Friday. Yeah, well, you owe me for that coffee on Tuesday. Okay, so that's 30 cents of coffee, deducted from a 60-cent omelet, plus 25-cent peanuts you swiped from my pantry. Hold up. I ain't so good at mental arithmetic. Listen, Sparrowson, you need to go. Go? Yes, I'll create a distraction. You head for the back door. That's such a good idea. If we both stick around, we could end up dead as soon as you rub that lioness the wrong way. If we both run, these two will probably shoot us in the back. The way I see it, one of us running is the most viable option. Falcon, don't argue. Once you're out, find Valerity and tell him what you've seen. Okay. So it's agreed. You get this round, I'll owe you 2 cents. Yep, and I'll hold him 2 cents. Be right back. Don't you move or nothing. He'll hold me to the 2 cents. That Puro is such a miser. Anyways, I don't feel like sitting in silence. Let's talk to pass the time. I have a gun question. Fontaine, I have a gun question. A gun question? Do go on. What's better, flintlock or percussion cap ignition systems? What a delightful technical question. But I'm afraid there's no dispute here. Percussion caps are the future, hands down. You see, flintlocks are unreliable. A little light drizzle, and the ignition system no longer functions. The gun becomes worthless. It disappears. But a percussion cap will always work as long as it's built correctly, and as long as the gun has enough gunpowder. I suppose there's a matter of material cost. How much does a brass cap cost compared to a flint and steel? It's a little pricier, I think. Alright, I brought drinks. One for me, one for you, and one for... Hey, where's the little one? The little one? He's right... Oh, merde. I lost him. You lost him? How'd you lose him? I was gone for 2 minutes. I think I dropped the ball on this one. I'll say, the madame's gonna string us up for sure. Actually, we should make up a cover story. We can't let her find out about this. You can't let me find out about what? Let's misdirect. Tweedledee and Tweedledum over here weren't paying attention and let Sparrowson walk away casually. Madame, we can explain. I swear I give you Tugbo's one damn job. Ah, doesn't matter. That little bird was dispensable for our plans, but Falcon isn't. What's important is that he's still here. Madame, if Sparrowson runs to the police, then both this location and the sleeping city are compromised. We should keep this meeting brief. Agreed. Falcon, let me fill you in. As you probably know, we're planning to form a protest, an enormous protest on the 14th of this month. We intend to draw a massive crowd at the Place de la Concorde, and then we shall march along Tuileries Garden. A march across Tuileries? You intend to storm the Louvre? No. The Palais Royal. That's where the king and the prime minister will be residing. I would like to go peacefully, but peaceful uprisings have a habit of turning violent. Exactly, and we can't let the leaders of this country escape amidst the chaos. They must be tried for their crimes against the French people. On that note, I want you to lead the prosecution. You want me to prosecute the King of France? The King and the Prime Minister. They are both responsible for the rampant inequality that plagues this country. On the day of revolution, we will drag both those overpaid bourgeois into the streets, and you shall prosecute them then and there. I think I understand. Prosecuting the pair for crimes against humanity, I suppose, could certainly be done. If I were to interview a lot of citizens, gather a lot of evidence, file some paperwork, I could probably prepare a case in around 2 months. We don't have the luxury of time. Use your ingenuity on the day, just like you did in the catacombs. You can't be serious. There's no alternative. The wheels of the revolution are already turning, and the revolution will ignite in under a week. The question on my mind is, what do we do with you until then? You can leave him with us. We'll keep a good eye on him. After seeing the atrocious job you two did guarding the little bird, I think not. I'll just have to guard you myself. You shall spend this week at my side while I complete our preparations. At your side, all day and night? Absolutely. I'm not going to let you out of my sight for 1 minute. That seems excessive. You can trust me. No, I can't. You've promised to help me, but I don't actually believe you. If I give you 1 gram of freedom, you'll undoubtedly flee. This meeting is over. Come along, Falcon. Why can I actually go places? And then we were sitting in the tavern. Falcon gave me the opportunity to escape. He created a distraction, and I sneaked away and went straight to the police. Then you called a meeting, and well, here I am. So, yeah, that's the whole story. I see. So the cock died at the hands of the rebels. That's right. And Falcon revealed his true colors as a traitor. Traitor? No, that's not right, Inspector. Falcon's not a rebel. He's just playing along so he can save his own life. Don't be so naive. Put the puzzle pieces together. Falcon literally left into the lion's den for the specific purpose of siding with the rebels. He let you escape because he could see you weren't truly sympathetic to the rebel cause. That doesn't make any sense at all. Falcon's never shown a rebellious streak. Tell me, Sparrowson, what do you know about Falcon's past? Not a lot. He's a private person. Has he ever told you what he did during the July Revolution before he changed his name? No, he hasn't told me anything, really. Sparrowson, let me tell you about the man they call the Viridian Killer. So it really is going to be that he was the Viridian Killer? We don't really know what we're supposed to be doing now. Possibly building a case against the king, but mostly just spending time with the lioness. I don't know. I thought we were following her. I don't know why we're going from location to location. Let me think. So it takes 10 minutes to walk to the palace, from the palace to this spot. And the palace lies 5 minutes north of here. But the crowd will be fairly large and slow. It may take twice, maybe 3 times so long to make the move. Having a logistics problem? Perhaps the plan is to walk the crowd from here through the Tuileries to the Palais Royal. But if we take too long to pass through the Tuileries, the police will trap us in. We could be flanked and slaughtered. That is quite an issue. Why not just get the protesters to meet at the palace? Because the Place de Concorde is an ideal meeting place. It's enormous and easy to get to. That's terrible reasoning. I see, but even if you got, say, half the protesters to meet at the palace, it would cut down on the traveling time. I get it. A smaller crowd would be easier to direct across the garden. I'll pass the idea along, see what he has to say. He's the one in charge of leading the crowds after all. Another terrible idea. That bird-brain power will probably just shoot the idea down, right? Probably, but I appreciate your input. I don't know if you genuinely want to help or if you're just telling me what I want to hear out of fear, but thank you. No problem. For the Second Republic, right? Right, for the Second Republic. And then it's an entire new day, just like that. Oh, yeah. Limited locations we have to go to because the locations all the line has to go to. The palace. Just look at that disgusting den of fat-cat bourgeois and hypocritical politicians. King's probably in there as we speak. Probably sitting in his high chair, stuffing his bloated face with cake and wine when he boasts about being the perfect citizen king. You come here just to moan about the king? No, I've come to assess the location. On the day of rebellion, I might order Piero to set up a barricade over there. What do you think? There? Right outside the palace? Of course, it's the perfect place for a defensive garrison. We can gather furniture from nearby buildings, build a wall, and position rifles to fend off the police. When the time is right, it will serve as the ideal location to launch our assault. But you weren't just throwing empty words in the tavern. You actually do intend on dragging the king out of the palace through violence. Of course, he will never abdicate of his own volition. It's not as if I want to see bloodshed, Falcon. It's necessary. It's inevitable. I mean, we have to be realistic. There's no way to bring change to a country without using violence, is there? I mean, there are ways. Violence is probably inevitable. Executing a man in the sewers because you wanted revenge for your dad already tainted your revolution, though. I don't think there's any way. Throughout history, great changes only come when there's great sacrifice. Wars, assassinations, executions. No country has ever been won over through passive demonstrations alone. I see, so it's as I feared. That doesn't mean you can't try. Violence can work as a last resort, not a first call to action. Set as an example for the people. Maybe. It would be better to avoid building the barricades. At least it's still clear that violence is inevitable. That's good. That's a good compromise, madame. His Hales, huh? Let me guess, you have a weapon supply around here. Or maybe this is plan on meeting an informant, a government defector. It is good meeting spot as any. Actually, I'm here for groceries. There's no need for that look. You think that just because I'm a gun-toting rebel, I don't need to buy food? Man Beaumart. Well. If it isn't Suaten and Lil Gambade, you're growing bigger every time I see you. Ma'am, you have to hear this. Something big went down here yesterday. A policeman. A nasty, ugly policeman. Let me guess. He was bullying people into revealing secrets on the whereabouts of the revolutionaries? Well, that's how it started. Some bullying tactics. He was pushing around this old beggar rat who hangs around the market sometimes. But then when the rat was peeking up, the policeman drew his gun and shot him. The policeman shot the beggar just like that? Yep, but the coward cop went and ran before we could turn on him. I find this difficult to believe. A policeman wouldn't openly shoot a beggar without just cause. Open your eyes, Falcon. This is the regime us Parisians live under. We are ignored by the government, oppressed by people, and hanged by the courts. Did my stream go down and come back up? I see another blank is now live. Interesting. Why do you think I'm fighting so hard to make a change? We can't put up with this sort of bullying. No, this can't be right. Something has to be missing from the story. Do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions? Sure. Ask away. Make it quick, Falcon. What did the policeman look like? Well, I didn't get a good look, but he was tall, ugly, mean-looking, and he had one eye. One eye? Yep, one of them pirate patches. No way. Ring any bells, Falcon? I know a man who fits the description, but it simply couldn't be him. He's a bitter individual, but he's morally righteous. I can't imagine him suiting an innocent person so recklessly. Don't let your bias towards the justice system affect your judgment, Falcon. If you think you know who did this, then please name and shame him. I think I should bite my tongue until I'm a little more certain. Did you want to know anything else? And nobody investigate the shooting? If a policeman did shoot an innocent person, then there would surely be an investigation. Ah. Your naivety knows no bounds, Falcon. You think the police care if one of their own is out of control? Actually, there was one black asking around, but I don't think he was a policeman. Oh, go on. Well, he was this charming fox, Renard. Friend of yours? Something like that. We should probably pay him a visit to see what he's up to. Pay him a visit? I suppose we can set aside a little time. Did you want something else? Who was the rat? Who was this beggar rat? I didn't really know him well, monsieur. None of us did. He was a kinda a loner who hanged around asking for scraps of food and cents. I don't even know his name. That's so sad. Did he have a family? No means of support? Falcon, do you have any idea how many beggars there are on the streets of Paris? How long did my stream go down for? Doesn't look like too long if it did. Random though. Kinda surprised it didn't tell me. Oh well. Falcon, do you have any idea how many beggars there are on the streets of Paris? How many people go hungry? How many people are forced to turn to crime? I'm well aware. I'm asking these questions to see if there's perhaps some reason why the particular rat was. But no, it appears it was just the loss of one unnamed beggar rat among many. It's tragic. That's not it. Is there any way other way I can help? That's all, madam. Thanks for all your help. No problem. Anything to help Ma'am Beaumont. We'll try to get to the bottom of this. Just make sure to stay safe when the revolution starts. Stay inside. Keep Gambatti safe. Of course, ma'am. You stay safe yourself, you hear? Go talk to the rat, or the fox. Visitors, Mr. Volps, visitors. Really, Falcon? What do you hope to accomplish with this sleazy back alley establishment? Sleazy? Madame, my back alley office is perhaps a little cluttered and eclectic, but I resent that. Maybe I should do the introductions. Monsieur Volps, this is Madame Beaumont, a friend of mine. Madame, this is Bernard Volps, private investigator at your service. A pleasure to meet you, Madame. Ah, how stoic. I'm sure you have some pressing questions to ask, Falcon, but before we get started, there is something I must tell you. Monsieur Sparrowson dropped by earlier. He informed me of your situation. Sparrowson? Is he alright? Oh yes, he's now working with Inspector Valerti, attempting to unravel the rebel plot. Just as I thought, it appears your lackey has solidified his position as a traitor to the Second Republic, Falcon. Perhaps, perhaps not. Sparrowson doesn't strike me as a person who sides with any ideology. But you know, he asked me one most peculiar question. Would you like to know what it was? Of course. Such information is quite valuable. It would cost, say, 30 francs. I don't have 30 francs. Right? Nah. I'll pay it anyways, even though I don't have it. Yeah, I don't have the money. Sparrowson asked if you were the Viridian killer, the one responsible for the random bombings during the July Revolution 18 years ago. Why on earth would he ask that? Perhaps the inspector has been telling him stories. So what did you tell him? The truth, of course. That is, I have no idea who the Viridian killer is, but I knew that it couldn't possibly be Falcon. Oh? How do you know I'm not the Viridian killer? Heh, Falcon, please. You're semi-drunk, bumbling oaf, not a ruthless killer. Anyway, I started my own investigation into the Viridian killer. It's fascinating stuff. Apparently he was seen at multiple places at once, which leads me to believe that he was actually more than one person. Huh. And do you know why they call him, or should I say them, the Viridian killer? Viridian is a greenish color, isn't it? No, I don't have a clue. Crimson killer would have been much more... It appears that no one knows the origin of the name, which leads me to suspect that he or they may chose their own name. It's the green ink and the pens of the wolves. This is all fascinating, truly fascinating, but perhaps we can return to the conversation why we're here. Of course, Mr. Volps, we heard that you're investigating the murder at Les Halles. I was. That victim was a friend of Mosey's. More of an acquaintance, really. Well, we want to know if you managed to uncover anything. Did you find any leads, any juicy clues? Not as such. It's quite a peculiar case. Did you hear that the murderer wore an eye patch? I did. And you know that implies, don't you, Falcon? You only know of one police officer, or indeed one person who wears an eye patch. I don't know why they're making me click this. The inspector. But that can't be right. You wouldn't describe him as a murderous man, would you, Monsieur Volps? Murderous? I don't know. He's certainly passionate about finding the Viridian killer. Who's to say he wouldn't kill in the pursuit of his archenemy? Falcon, I want to solve this mystery as much as you do, but time is pressing, and we have other matters to attend to. We must take our leave. Understood. Until next time, Monsieur Volps. Goodbye, and good luck, Monsieur Falcon. It was a pleasure meeting you, madame. Monsieur Volps? That lioness looked pretty angry. Is this revolution going to end in blood, Monsieur Volps, just like in 1830? On des Arts? This is it, Falcon. This is the day we make our stand. Everything is coming together. As we speak, Fontaine is gathering the protesters at the Place de Concorde. Pierrot is making preparations to build an armed barricade near the Palais Royal. Just a precaution, you understand? The only precaution that remains, are you ready? Nope. To be perfectly honest, no, I'm not ready at all. You want me to prosecute the king and prime minister if and when you drag them from the palace, right? Well, I had no time to prepare. I have no evidence on hand. This whole trial is going to be one big fiasco. You're too fixated on formalities, Falcon. This revolution will succeed, and those in power will see justice. That's all that matters. Is it, though? But, madame, come on. Let's see how the protest is going. Falcon and Beaumont arrive at the Place de la Concorde. The air is thick with chants, shouts, and cheers of hundreds of protesters. A line of mounted soldiers stands shoulder to shoulder outside the entrance of Tuileries. This is amazing. I had no idea the Second Republic had this many supporters. But of course, you didn't think we were just a few animals huddling in a cave, did you? The desire for revolution runs deep in the city. Everything's in place at the Palais Royal, ma'am. Just say the word and we'll set up the biggest barricade you've ever seen. Then we can all storm the building and drag that cocky king out his chair. There's been a change plan. We're still going to protest, but we're going to do it peacefully. No firing from behind barricades, no violence, no capturing the king or prime minister. Madame, are you feeling all right? Quite all right, thank you. But what of your desire for a better France? You can't achieve that without bloodshed. We can certainly try, Falcon convinced me. Falcon? Pacifism seems like the Christian approach. Wouldn't you say, Friar? I see. So that's how it is. Excuse me, madame. I think the Friar disapproves of the new strategy. He probably thinks I've gone soft, and maybe I have. But I'm not deviating from this path, even if each and every rebel leaves my side. Don't worry, ma'am. You aren't alone. We're not here for the violence, madame. As long as you strive for a better France, we'll always stand with you. Ugh, this stupid bullet wound. Damn thing's opened up again. What's the news, brother? Is everything in place? We have a problem. The madame refuses to use violence. She's turned timid. Turned timid? How? Here's the lawyer. Falcon is something of a lion tamer. JJ Falcon! That bird is proving to be more trouble than the rooster, I swear. Brother, listen. If there's no violence, then there will be no power gap. One leader will just peacefully replace another. We need chaos for our plan to work. Guess we'll have to follow through with our contingency strategy. I'll find the victim, you find the suspect. Don't push yourself, brother. You're still injured. Look at those scum. Foul vermin, the lot of them. Mark my words, Sparrowson. Every one of these petulant dissenters will take the first opportunity to turn aggressive. They lust for violence. They don't look too violent to me. Trust me, this is how the crowd looked just before the July Revolution. It only takes one crazed individual and the entire crowd will explode into a frenzy. Hey, it's you! Friar, it's good to see you again. No time for pleasantry, Inspector. You needed urgently on the Place de la Concorde. Me? Why not ask one of the officers on active guard duty? No time to explain. Any minute now. Ah, do you hear that gunshot? It's already begun. Come on, Inspector. We must make haste. Inspector, I really don't think you'd be trusting this Friar. He's a two-faced wolf. Prairie has provided me with reliable information in the past. I trust his judgment. But Inspector, this isn't up for discussion, Sparrowson. I have a duty to uphold. Stay put. I'll be back in no time at all. But, what should I do now? Gunshot? It was nearby, too. But the friar was right. Violence really is an inevitability. We haven't reached that stage yet, madame. Can't afford to take chances. Not now. Hero, march the crowd to the palace and construct the barricade. Yes, ma'am. Fontaine, Falcon, we're going to find the source of this disturbance. It came from here, Inspector. Hurry, hurry. I'm moving as fast as these old legs will. Mon Dieu, a body. This moment must have been the target of the gunshot we just heard. But I don't see a shooter. I think the gunshot came from over here. Inspector? Falcon? Well, well, I should have known that the Viridian killer would have a part in this. Inspector, I'm not... What do we have here? A filthy cop and a dead girl. Madame, you're here. I saw the whole thing. This poor innocent mademoiselle was approaching the police line with her hands in the air, when all of a sudden this brute of a police officer yelled, "Get your filthy back, you rebel!" He drew his gun and shot the bird point blank through her heart. What is this nonsense? What are you prattling about, Friar? Thank you for your input, Remus. It hardly surprises me that a member of the police would be the one to cast the first stone. I think we're all being a little rash. Let's take a breath and examine the situation and... Wait a moment. You wear an eye patch. You only have one eye, Inspector. How observant. Tell me, were you the policeman who killed the rat at Les Halles, too? Les Halles? What are you talking about? 2 incidents of a one-eyed policeman gunning down an innocent victim. There's no way that it's a coincidence. What we have here is a filthy, corrupt individual who takes pleasure in oppressing the common citizen. Am I right, Inspector? I really shouldn't be surprised that a stupid rebel makes assumptions and comes up with stupid conclusions. But open your damned eyes, mademoiselle. I'm not the assailant here. Don't call me mademoiselle, or stupid for that matter. Your guilt is plain to see. Given the circumstances, I judge and execute right here and now. Falcon, don't just sit around there gawking. Vouch for me. Madame, I know this man. His name is Inspector Valerti. He is ruthlessly law-abiding, so much so that I can't envision him shooting a man without just cause. Oh, shut up, Falcon. I'm done with your idealism. I listened to you. I took your words to heart about avoiding violence, and now a girl is dead. Because your side shot him, technically. Well, I'm done taking chances. Remus, help me escort this invalid to Pierrot's barricade. I'll decide his fate there. With pleasure, madame. Come along, Inspector. Fontaine, Falcon, deal with the corpse. Meet us at the barricade when you're done. There's no way this was the work of the police. You know what, Falcon? I think you might be right. An isolated gunshot this far away from the police line doesn't make any sense at all. But that's rebellions for you. They're messy affairs. Sometimes innocents get caught in the crossfire, and there's no reason for it. Well, there's no use dawdling. Help me get the corpse off the streets. Do we still have the thing? We don't have the machine anymore. Not yet. I'm going to examine the body first. Examine the body? We agreed this wasn't the work of Inspector Valerti, right? That there might be some clues on the corpse that point towards what happened. An impromptu coroner examination, Fine. You have 2 minutes. After that, we're heading to the barricade, whether you're done or not. We don't have our thing to pull out the bullet. It's kind of silly. Alright, what do we got? Here's the bullet wound. What can you tell me about it? Well, it looks like the bullet took a fairly straight angle of entry through the mademoiselle's back. The shooter was probably standing right behind the victim. What's the bullet size? You know, its caliber. Let me guess. You're hoping the caliber of the bullet is different than the caliber of the inspector's gun. I'm hoping you guys realize the inspector doesn't have any hands, so he couldn't have shot someone with a gun. That would conveniently get that one-eyed police officer off the hook, wouldn't it? But I'm afraid I can't help you. I couldn't possibly know a bullet's caliber without having a good look at the bullet itself. Well, it's too bad you took away the machine I had for pulling bullets out of people. And as you can clearly see, the bullet is 3 centimeters deep in flesh. So you need to see the bullet itself. Help me retrieve the bullet, Fontaine. Retrieve? You mean dig it out? I assume you have a little more experience in this area than I do. Well, you're not wrong there. Fine, this will only take a moment. Ugh. Here you go. One used bullet. Looks like a standard lead rifle or pistol ball, but I'm afraid I cannot tell you its caliber. Why is that? The bullet fragmented upon impact, monsieur. I gathered all the pieces, but I cannot assess its diameter with any accuracy. Still, I guess that it was 13 to 17 millimeters. Sorry that I can't be more specific. That's an enormous help. Thank you, monsieur. What's this mark? It almost looks like a handprint made in blood. Probably mademoiselle's. No, that's not a way you could put your hand on your own shoulder. I don't think so. It's the handprint of a left hand on the girl's left shoulder. There's no way a person could comfortably reach that spot on their own back. I suppose so, but if the handprint doesn't belong to the girl, then who does it belong to? Murderer. It has to be. The question on my mind is, why is the handprint made in blood? Did the murderer sully their hand on the girl's gunshot wound, or were they injured prior to the shooting? There's so much to uncover here, and no time for a thorough investigation. Everyone's been fixated on who did this, that nobody stopped to ask who this girl was. I don't know, monsieur. Given her clothes, she's probably just another working girl. Just another? I didn't mean to sound glib, but it's true. This is one madame among the thousands who live in Paris. Who was she? Where did she work? Will her family miss her? I don't know. But in the long run, I don't think anybody will care. I care. I can't afford not to. I don't know who this madame was, but I'm going to see to it that justice is brought about for her death. Alright, I think that's it, right? Oh, there's some more there. Okay, what do we have? It's a long shot, but maybe this girl is faking her injury. What? Really? Just for the sake of thoroughness, I really ought to check for a pulse. True. No, nothing. Is that it? I guess that's it. I'm done here. Very good. Let's move this body off the street. Then we must hurry to the palace. Rest in peace, madame. I'll see to it that justice is done. Everything's going just as planned. The madame's probably fuming right now. She'll attack the Palais Royal. The Prime Minister will flee, and then... Excuse me, sir. What do you want? I'm busy. Don't you recognize me, sir? I know that my disguise are a little more complex than yours, but I assumed you would recognize Prince Juan when you saw him. You're Prince Juan? Indeed, and you're Judge Romulus, the corrupt wolf. I know what you did. You tried to assassinate the king, you shot the croque monsieur, and just moments ago, I saw you murder a maiden at the Place de la Concorde. You truly are a vile individual, aren't you? Why are you coming out into the open to say this? Do you have some kind of a backup plan? Yeah. As if you have any proof for any of that stuff. I'm out of here. I also know you're one half of the Viridian killer. On any other day, I would gut you where you stand, Fox, but as it happens, I'm a little busy today. Oh? The Viridian killer's too busy to kill me? Is that the truth? Or is that bullet wound of yours starting to affect your prowess? You must have lost an awful lot of blood. What do I do? What do I do? Oh, hello, Mr. Volps. Ah, Mr. Pearson. Perfect timing. Who now? Oh, you're that fledgling. I guess this is what we call being stuck between a rock and a hard place, huh? Monsieur Sparrowson, be a dear and help me restrain the Viridian killer. This guy? He's the Viridian killer? He looks more like Judge Romulus to me. Well, that's true too. Wow. So he's two scumbags in one. Alright then. Ow, mind the wound. Quit your whining, Your Honor. Very nice takedown, Monsieur Sparrowson. You may want to check his pockets for weapons. He is something of a notorious killer, after all. Of course, let's see what we got here. Aha, here we are. A pistol. Probably the one used to kill the maiden, I suspect. What else can you find? An eye patch? Weird. What would this wolf want with an eye patch? Oh no. This is bad. Very bad indeed. I don't get it. What's wrong with an eye patch? There's no time to explain. Mousy. What is it, Mr. Volps? What is it? Was he always there? I didn't even notice him. Take the eye patch to J.J. Falcon. If my fears are correct, he'll be somewhere around the Royal Palace right now. Tell him this Bronx Remus's brother. Hurry now. Right away, Mr. Volps. Right away. I must go too. I need to find the other half of the Viridian killer pair before something terrible happens. Wait, Mr. Volps, what am I supposed to do with this guy? You have his gun, don't you? March that wolf to the nearest police station and collect your reward for catching Judge Romulus. Easy clap. What a strange day. Outside the royal palace, the rebels have constructed a makeshift barricade out of furniture, branches, rocks, and anything else they can find. From behind the wall, the rebels taunt the police and royal guards with chants. I'm growing impatient, pig. Confess your crimes. I have nothing to confess, you filthy rebel. You and all your rebel friends, however, should confess to 1,000 counts of treason and public disorder. I will see each and every one of you hanged for your flagrant disregard for the law. Your stubborn attitude is disgusting. A few days ago you were seen at Les Halles. Witnesses saw you murder a beggar in cold blood. Today a friar has testified to seeing you murder a girl. I don't know why you continue to plead your innocence. But it doesn't matter. I don't need a confession. No, you're a killer. Madame, stop. The inspector didn't shoot that mademoiselle. Keep your beak closed, Falcon. I'm done listening to your suggestions. This policeman is as guilty as every other monster in our decrepit justice system. It's my duty to execute him. Madame, Falcon uncovered some pretty convincing evidence. I would recommend that you hear him out. Please, just give me 5 minutes. 5 minutes and I convince you of this inspector's innocence. 5 minutes is precious in a time like this. I can't afford it. What if you're wrong? Are you willing to see another dead innocent? Thank you. Having my life saved by the Viridian killer. How humiliating. Quiet, pig. Your life is mine until I say otherwise. Okay, so first of all, let's recap what Friar Remus had to say. Wait, where is that friar? He's a key witness to this crime. He scarpered as soon as he dropped the inspector off. Said he had some business to attend to. Business? Man, oh man, those barricades are looking pretty scary. But I mustn't fear, for I am a very brave duck. I am the great Officer Beck, handsome, intelligent, strong, truly a fearless hero who will be remembered for... Hello, officer. Ah, you scared me, Monsieur, Monk? Friar, actually. Friar Remus. Listen, officer, I have something of great importance to tell you. I was just passing by the rebel camp, and I overheard a conversation. Oh? This sounds good. Do go on. They said they're going to launch an assault very soon, and when they do, they're going to rain hellfire on this place. Oh no. Just as I feared. What'll we do? It's simple, officer. As soon as you hear the first gunshot, you need to retaliate. Hit it with everything you've got. Every cannon, every rifle, every piece of artillery. Don't leave a single piece of the barricade remaining. That is the only way you can be sure to survive. Ah, total annihilation. I like it. But Friar, I'm confused. Aren't you a Christian? Yes. So what? I don't know. It's just your idea doesn't seem very Christianly. Ah, I see. You think this is a moral issue. Let me tell you a secret, my dearest duck friend. There is no God, no overarching morality or higher plan, no heaven to save the righteous or hell to punish the sinners. There's only you, your artillery, and 10,000 rebels who want to dine on Peking duck tonight. Understand? That's an awful lot to take in. Then let me simplify. It's you or them. It's me or them. Forget about the Friar, Falcon. We all remember what he had to say. Present your case based on what you can recall. Okay, I will. But you may want to wipe that mouse off your shoulder first. Sorry, wipe what? Oh, it's you, Mousy. He's like a stealth mouse. Monsieur Falcon, special delivery from Renard Volps. Oh, thank you, Mousy. What is this? An eye patch. It was found in Remus's brother's clothing. Remus's brothers? This is an eye patch belonging to Judge Romulus? That's interesting. Where's Romulus? There's no time. Just take it. Take it. Eye patch has been added to your evidence folder. I have to run, monsieur, but you have to do your best. Mr. Volps and Sparrowson believe in you. Sparrowson? You've seen Sparrowson? How is he? There's no time, sir. Good luck. Are you quite done, Falcon? Very much. Let's begin this trial. Okay. Let's remember what the friar said. Friar Remus claimed the girl was shot point blank in the chest. She was shot in the back. The girl was clearly shot in the back. I know. I remember seeing the bullet wound for myself. That's quite a glaring inaccuracy in the wolf's testimony. It is an inaccuracy, but it is an irrelevant inaccuracy. Does it really matter if the girl was shot in the back? Either way, a girl died at this pig's hands. It does matter. It does matter. If the girl was shot in the front, then this might indicate a police confrontation turned ugly. But if she was shot in the back, then what? This could indicate that someone targeted and assassinated her before she could even react. That doesn't paint the spectre in a particularly flattering light, Falcon. Madame, you're missing the point. A shot in the back breaks the currently established narrative. The girl was targeted and murdered in a stealthy professional attack. Therefore, this is not an ordinary police confrontation. You've made an assumption, Falcon. You've assumed that just because the girl was shot in the back, she must have been killed stealthily. There are other possibilities. Perhaps the girl was scared by the police, started running away, and was shot in the back as she fled. That scenario isn't possible. If the girl were running away, then she would have been at least a couple of steps away from the killer at the time of the shooting, right? Right. But I know the killer was standing right behind the victim. They were less than 1 meter apart when the gun was fired. They were standing that close. How could he possibly know that, Falcon? Bloody handprint. We saw a bloodied handprint on the girl's shoulder. What do you make of that, madame? Well, I assume any bloody stain would belong to the victim. A mark with the girl's dying breath, perhaps. No. It was the print of the left hand on the girl's left shoulder, near her upper back. There's an angle and positioning of the print to indicate that it could only have been caused by another person. That's why I'm so certain the killer was right behind the girl at the time of attack. I see. It's quite the theory. But Falcon left an important question unanswered. Why was the handprint bloody? The print was made with the victim's blood, yes, so it can't possibly have been made prior to the shooting. The killer must have wiped his hand on the girl's clothing after she had already died. If that's the case, my suggested scenario is still possible. The girl may have been running from the police when she was shot. No, I'm still trying to work out the details. I hate this. We know the details, but there's no option to say it. But I know the print was made prior to the shooting. Maybe the shooter was injured and his hand was already covered in blood. Ugh, you talk a bit about breaking the established narrative, and now you present me with baseless drivel. Well, where do we go from here? How does this handprint noviceness really affect the situation? Well, there's the fact that the guy you have there doesn't have any hands. Yeah. You find something funny about this situation, Inspector? I do. The whole trial is patently absurd. It's an animal court through and through. There was something particularly funny about the last exchange. You were so focused on how this handprint was made that you missed the larger issue. I don't have a left hand, you idiots. I couldn't possibly have left that mark. Oh, right. Of course. Well, madame, what do you say to that? Maybe. The handprint came from an accomplice. Or maybe it had nothing to do with the incident. Or, feels good to see someone else speculating wildly for a change. Okay, fine. I don't have a solid explanation. I must concede that it's possible, maybe even likely, that the person who left the mark was the murderer. Therefore, as much as it pained me to say it, I must concede that the inspector probably did not shoot the girl. So that's it. The inspector's off the hook, and now she's going to talk about the other murder. No. There's still the matter of the incident at Les Halles. What incident is this? I know nothing about it. Ha! As if you don't know. A beggar was shot and killed in Les Halles a few days ago. The attacker was described as a scowling police officer who wore an eye patch. Sound familiar to you? Go on, Falcon. Explain the pig out of this one. Until 5 minutes ago, I was at a loss. But I was recently presented with a piece of evidence that makes the answer all too clear. This was a false flag operation. False flag? Explain yourself, Falcon. What do you know about Remus's twin brother, the man known as Romulus? Not much, only that he was forced to flee the country by our oppressive regime. That's a half-truth, madame. You see, it is correct that Romulus is being hunted by the police, but I've had the suspicion that the wolf was lurking in Paris itself, although I never managed to find definitive proof of this. Anyway, it turns out my suspicion was well-founded. He was recently apprehended, I think. You think? I don't know the details, but it doesn't matter. What's important is that a reliable friend found this on Romulus' premise just moments ago. An eye patch. Romulus has perfect vision. Why would he need something like this? There's only one plausible explanation. It's part of a disguise. Something to conceal his identity and make him appear as someone else. A disguise? You're saying that Romulus shot the beggar rat just to frame this police inspector? Exactly, madame. It's no coincidence that Frere Remus happened to find the very same inspector just as another murder occurred today. So, Remus was in on it too. Two wolves working together to make this policeman look like a murderer. But why would they do that? Rile you up, madame, to make you lust for violence. And if your actions today are anything to go by, I would say they succeeded. Damn, I've been so stupid. How did I let myself get so misled by a couple of wolves? This trial is over. Go, Inspector. You're free. About time. You're letting him walk, ma'am? Of course. It would be criminal to confine an innocent man any longer than necessary, even if the man is a bitter, stubborn pig. Falcon, yes? I don't understand you. You're stupid, you're reckless, but you fought beacon talent for my freedom. I'm starting to suspect that you really aren't the Verdian killer at all. It certainly took a long time to pass that fact through your thick skull. Inspector, if you're still punting that villain, maybe you should speak with Renard Vulpes, when this is all over, I mean. I hear he's been doing some research into the Verdian killer. Maybe he knows something. Maybe I will. Madame, it appears your game Renfilth do not intend on assaulting the palace anytime soon. I'll relay that information to the artillerymen. Maybe we can keep a peaceful standoff going until this blows over. Thank you. I appreciate that. All of you, stay out of trouble. So, what happens now, ma'am? We're going to continue to protest peacefully. We're going to stand here chanting and shouting until the Prime Minister and the King both step down out of sheer humiliation. Might take days, weeks, but if we manage to change this country without one more person being harmed, then... Oh, well, look who returned. Damn, I just saw the police inspector strolling out of here, unharmed. Why'd you let him go? That's simple, Remus. We all had a discussion. And he came to the conclusion that I had been misled by a couple of wolves. Uh-oh? How many lies have you fed me? Just how much damage have you done to further your own goals? Did you help your brother kill the beggar rat? Did you watch the girl die by the Place de la Concorde? Now that I think about it, even the Croque Monsieur's death was surrounded by details that made little sense. I don't know what to think anymore. You know that this guy's scumbag at least, ma'am. I say shoot him. Pharaoh's right. We won't judge you for killing this man, madame. It's the least I deserve for my sins. Go ahead, ma'am. What are you waiting for? Pull the trigger. Do it. Falcon, you have proven yourself as having clear judgment. What do you say? If you shoot him, then the place is going to go wild, right? We shouldn't know that, though, but... You're right. I said that this will be a bloodless revolution, and I can't make any exceptions. Not even for a monster like this wolf. Wow. This is amazing. Completely unprecedented. You've buckled all my expectations, avoided every temptation, and opted for an option that shouldn't even exist. Well done, ma'am. Well done, Falcon. You have demonstrated the power of pacifism in its purest form, but unfortunately for both of you, I'm not a pacifist. Everyone get down! Did he just shoot in the air, I wonder, or did he shoot anyone in particular? Oh, he shot himself. Shooting himself in the head? What a loony! Hardly a surprise that the wolf would be too cowardly to face a real punishment. This isn't right. It's not the solution I wanted either, Falcon, but I can't say I'll mourn for the Trier's death. No, that's not what I meant. I meant that it doesn't make any sense for him to kill himself so abruptly. And that comment himself, it was almost like, I think we need to get out of here, all of us, right now. What are you talking about? Ah, that was a gunshot. Really close, too. I can't afford to hesitate. It's me or them. Officer, hold your fire. No way. I can't afford to take chances. It's me or them. Me or them, fire every cannon. Can anyone hear me? Hero? Fontaine? Hello? Anyone? I'm here, madame. Falcon? Of all the people. I think I made a mistake, Falcon. Where did I go wrong? Was it when I lost my temper? Or was it earlier when I shot that prosecutor? Or was it earlier still when I first listened to that monstrous friar in the first place? I've made a lot of mistakes. We've all made mistakes, madame. Most people's mistakes don't spark bloody revolutions. Can you move, madame? I don't think so. Give me a minute. I think I can clear some of this rubble. A new day! What is this? Dear Monsieur Volps, I am writing to you from the Demuau Railway Express. Modern technology truly is amazing. I've decided to take your advice and have gone on vacation until things settle down. The king fleeing to Britain? The Second Republic taking over? It's all crazy stuff. Anyways, before I left, you asked if I knew what happened to Falcon. Well, I got my hands on a copy of the official police report, and it says that Falcon died on the attack on the barricade. But it also says the police didn't find his body, same as Leonie Beaumont. Weird, huh? Rumors that he was probably blown away by cannon fire, but that doesn't sound right to me. The Falcon I knew was tough and intuitive. I think he found a way to escape and survive. So in my opinion, he's still out there. It's possible, isn't it? Anyways, I should wrap this letter up because I'm about to reach my stop, Vienna. I'll let you know how Mademoiselle Signy and her parents are doing. Maybe you should come and pay a visit sometime? And my regards to Mousies. Yours sincerely, Sparrowson. Yes, I see a person selling strudel. What is it? PPS? It's delicious, that's what. A game by Sketchy Logic. So I guess that's the end. The skip just fast forward. And that's the end? You've reached the end of Route C Fraternity. The ending you receive is determined by the decisions you made in Chapter 3. Try tackling the trial and catacombs differently in order to see a different ending. Thank you for playing Aviary Attorney. Alright, so this game, it started off being pretty interesting and pretty fun, and I was enjoying it quite a bit. I think it really got frustrating in Chapter 3 because it just turned into a choose-your-own-adventure novel. Like, at the start of the game, I even was entertained by the ways that they forced you, like, it was a yes or no to do something, and you say no, and it forces you to do it, but it does it in an interesting way. But as it moved on, it became more and more obvious that there were no actual choices. There was basically a choose-your-own-adventure novel type thing. The 3 endings is almost convinced me of that even more. And I don't know, a lot of the things were kind of arbitrary, like I was talking about the Until Dawn thing, where the certain deaths in certain situations, there's 2 decisions and neither of them are particularly wrong, and it's just arbitrary what happens as a result. So it's just like a choose-your-own-adventure novel or a jump-to-conclusions map, to choose another reference. And I think you guys noticed, I stopped even doing voices after the 3rd act. I don't think this qualifies as a game. It's just a visual novel. And there's nothing wrong with visual novels, but I thought I was going to be playing a game, and I ended up playing a visual novel. So, kind of, lowers my outlook on the whole thing, I guess. It felt more like a game in the Chapter 2, but as it moved on, it's just, like I said, arbitrary decisions, arbitrary times, arbitrary outcomes, and the fact that even if you get to a situation where you don't have the evidence, it makes you choose the wrong evidence several times in a row in order to progress the story. Just very breaking your immersion. So it's even weird from a visual novel point of view. I know I'm being very negative. It wouldn't be. I don't think it'd be too bad to just something to click through real quick for a story, but I don't know. It certainly didn't. In my mind, it's not really a game. It was just a visual novel. Sorry if I sound super negative about it, but I was super excited after the first day of playing this, and it felt really fun, and I was very let down by the ending of this game. Oh well. That'll happen sometimes, I guess. Maybe I know it didn't come out all at once, so maybe it was as things progressed, they just ran out of steam and ideas, maybe, or lost their perspective on it, or maybe it was intended to be a visual novel and they were injecting game elements into it early to make it feel like a game, and then towards the end it was just visual novel, which is not what I was looking for. Some people love visual novels, so nothing wrong with them. So if you love visual novels, this might be good for you. In any case, I'll stop ranting and hating on the game now. I'm gonna be starting Deus Ex Mankind Divided, so get back to shooty games, I guess, for a little bit. That'll be maybe more of the speed I'm looking for. But I'll probably do that. I don't know when we'll do that. Probably tomorrow or the day after. I don't particularly feel like playing anything else the day after this. Have a good day.